and then okay, now you can start up whatever you're gonna say.
All right, VC. So my DDD is better than your King K rule.
Well, we know that's not true. I have over 50 tags compared to you, so
You do not have me over 50 tags against me.
I do. I have more tags than you do. Like it's a fact. Like I'm sorry. I looked at it the
mean,
other day. I actually saw I have over 200 on Gunslinger too. So
I mean that was then. We haven't faced in a while. I mean, like right now.
yeah, a while sometimes. My K roll's still pretty filthy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
And my DDD
Didn't you get three stocked by my day one Terry?
Yeah, well, things happen sometimes when you get hit with the lag switch.
Things happen.
I don't want to hear that you didn't have lag, because you do have lag
ladies
sometimes,
and
OJ.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, things happen sometimes with VC. Things happen.
Things happen sometimes. Beliefs are beliefs, and people like to contradict and not perceive them the way things have to be. So you gotta just keep going.
So VC, no entertain us. So tell us. We'll see what had happened was. Go on. What's the story?
It was honestly, I don't remember. All I remember is Terry whooped my butt.
No, at first, let me tell y'all what he said. At first, he said, "Oh man, Terry's a horrible matchup for King K. Rool." On day one, I'm still learning how to use Terry. Like I'm still learning.
Because I was looking at all the things that reminded me of like Ryu, Ken, Roy, all these other Crom characters with bad recoveries. I could use K. Rool's neutral B and then reverse back air, and they're done instantly. That was like my logic. But the way he could do that aerial cartwheel thing, like.
No, I probably could have
game changer.
I probably couldn't beat you that with them, to be honest. I don't use.
Oh no, that's not true.
But anyway, hey, what's up, everybody? OJ here. Welcome to the stream. Guys? How's everybody doing tonight? We got a nice cast of people here to do this. We might have Baron, but Baron's too busy partying it up with all AEW with the super Chris Jericho and all those guys.
He's partying with Darby Allin.
Yeah, with who's the guy? Spears partying.
Sean Spears too.
Yeah, Spears and Jericho. So he might not be here tonight.
Yeah, sipping a little bit of bubbly.
A little bit of bubbly.
Bubbly.
A little bit of bubbly. But we do have our guest here for tonight. Stealth is here, who just actually started doing content across. He's doing live streaming on Twitch, and he's going to be coming to YouTube soon. But Stealth, tell them what's going down with you, man. Since you're here, we're gonna have Stealth here for about maybe 50 minutes or so. So Stealth, let them know a little bit about what you're doing, and then we can we can do the rest of the intros and then get into some of the topics before you have to bounce.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thanks for having me on, guys. I feel like I'm a regular now. I've been on quite a bit.
Yeah, you've been on a number of times.
My Twitch is Stealth40K, same as my Twitter. I do Nintendo content, retro content, and I'm also going to be doing a new game tomorrow. And yeah, I'm going to have a very special announcement tomorrow morning. So you'll want to check out my Twitter and my Twitch, and it's gonna be pretty crazy. So that's all. I'm just gonna give you all a little tease now.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be something really cool. So I have Stealth's Twitch account, okay, and I'm going to post the Twitch account in the link here. So make sure you guys check out Stealth. He's starting up kind of like doing his his content creator stuff here. So if you guys can definitely give him a follow, that'd be great. On Twitch, have some notifications enabled for him. And when he goes live, you guys can check him out on Twitch. I mean, the cool thing about Twitch is that, it has a really nice layout to see when people are live and stuff. So it's very simple and easy to follow. So whenever he goes live, he's always playing some cool Nintendo games. Link to the Past was the other night. So that was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I was there for the Final Fantasy 10 stream, the very first one.
Yes.
And I'm
really
dope
stream. Again. Yeah, I love that game. It's my favorite Final Fantasy.
So, Final Fantasy 10 is a great one. A lot of the, late 20s, mid 20s kids, that's like their 7, Final Fantasy 10 is like
it is my 7.
Yeah, exactly.
If there was a remake, I'd be hyped.
It's a great fight. It's actually a really good Final Fantasy. I'm surprised, especially
you guys know it's connect. Those two games are connected, right?
7 and 10.
Yeah.
Lore wise.
Yeah.
That still blows me away.
Well, I mean, Square Enix, they do a lot of stuff. I'm interested in what Square Enix has next for story wise. But we got Stealth here. Next up, we've got VC. VC, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I worked over a week on this one Final Fantasy VII remake review, and
came out good.
Thank you.
Came out good.
I really appreciate it. And for anyone who's watched it, I literally put so much time.
I like the inside joke you put in there too.
Oh, but stirring the pot, I had to put that in there. I had a it's like action RPG with some hack and slash related elements, and then of course I love Legotamine. Legotamine is just it's perfect for everything. Anytime I want to make a laugh at something like a jab, it's perfect.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I'll probably promote that at the end of the stream. But aside from that, things been all right. I've been putting a lot of time into Mario Maker 2. I'm making my world. I have 18 courses I've made since they dropped World Maker. So I've been putting a lot of time to this game. Too much. Like I've only put 8 hours into Trials of Mana, and I need to fix that up ASAP.
I've put about 12 hours or so. Trials of Mana is so good. It's like you don't want it to stop. It's like you just kind of play it at your own pace. Some people have put in a lot more, but I mean, I really do like it. It's really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I know that are already like, oh, I'm already deep into the post game. I'm like, where did you get those hours from?
Yeah, Final Fantasy back to back.
Even with this issue around the world, like I don't have enough time still to play all these games still. Like how are these people playing these games? We're gonna get into it, of course, later, but. My backlog is good for a while, guys. Like
I'm swamped with the games, and I've actually started.
Yeah,
playing,
you guys look behind you and pick some out to play again.
Dude,
even like
that is the most. That's the wall of shame behind me. By the way, just letting you know.
Shame.
That is.
I would call that the wall of fame for me.
That is the wall of shame behind me because like most of those games I have not beat. Like most of those games behind me, and there's like a cool like 400 to 500 games behind me. So that's most of the games that I've beat. It's like they're digital and I have them right here for like review codes or whatever. So I beat those ones, but a lot of those games that I bought myself physical, they're not beat. So it's I don't talk about it. Abaddon, how you doing today, man?
What's going on, man? So I've been taking it easy. Like I've played the mess out of Trials of Mana from Friday to Monday, and then I said, I'm playing this game too much, and I just kind of like took a big break from the game. I'm like level 62 now. And I still didn't beat the game yet.
Who's your squad?
I have start off with Kevin, then I got Charlotte, then I got Hawkeye.
Nice.
I'll tell you this. It's like my knowledge from the game prior, it helped a lot. I'll say that much.
Is the Charlotte's voice acting as bad as they say?
Yes, it is.
The English voice actor is bad. The Japanese voice actor is bearable.
But it's so bad that I'm so glad I didn't put it on my team.
I would say, here's the thing. And I will say Charlotte is borderline OP if you know how to use
she's
it.
She's a god tier healer. And her combos are really good. She like her hitbox disappears when she does her combos. Like she'll hit you, and then she'll jump into the air, and she just dodges everything. Then body slams you, and then you just the enemies go flying. And
you wonder how she's so small and body slamming people. Probably too.
She booty bumps you too. Like she like
the thing
hits you with her butt, and like that knocks.
And the thing is, to what OJ said, she is a god tier healer. But what else that she is that a lot of people do not really give credit for. If you take her dark side class changes, she's an enchantress. So she has summons that she could bring, which is absolutely crazy. So that's why I said like the game has so much replayability because you can literally choose the same characters and go a different class route, and you have a totally different playthrough with those types of characters. Like Kevin, I went all dark side with Kevin, and Kevin right now has like over 300 attack power at level 62. Like he's literally the strongest person in the game. So I would recommend if you are into RPGs, definitely try it out. There's so much replay value in that game. Even if you beat the game, there's 3 different bosses, and there's one super boss that can only be accessed with Duran or Angela. So if you start off with Duran, you start off with Angela, there is a super boss that you can have access to.
Are you able to have access to them if they're your partner?
No, you have to be your because every person has a different main story.
I see. Here's the problem. I was gonna pick Angela as the main, but then I was like, you know what? I really wanted to play as Hawkeye as my main.
He's really good too.
I regret it. Oh no, he's a great character. Whenever we play RPGs, like I like to play the thief kind of characters. So like Therion and Octopath, Hawkeye in this game, like those kinds of characters and the way their stats are, I prefer them.
Yeah, his crit is nasty.
Any characters with good crits, good luck ratios, I like that the most.
And you see, and that's where Charlotte comes into play. Because Charlotte has sabers that she can use to buff you up. So she's also a healer, but she's also a person that can buff your team up as well. So you can give yourself elemental damage that will actually make him even like terrible against bosses, especially you do your special attacks. But it's a Trials of Mana review. I'm getting too hyped about that game. I'm gonna probably play that right now.
That's all good.
It just sounds like I need to keep playing it.
Oh yeah, you just need to keep playing, and you'll run into some really cool stuff. But let's go ahead and get into the topics here, guys. I want to get Stealth's opinion on some of these things, so we might go with some of the Nintendo stuff first. I think we'll start off with that, just so we don't have to rush to it or anything like that. So let's start off. I guess we can start off with this whole Xenoblade thing. I mean, I think that's one of the more interesting topics of discussion. A lot of you guys were here for the debate that I had, or watched the debate, or heard about it, or just seen it and seen it on Twitter. But to be honest, guys, I'm freaking over it. So I don't care what anybody says at this point. I'm over it. You can think whatever you want to think it is at this point. I don't care. But I wanted to talk to Stealth about this because there's been a number of bigger content creators too that have said one thing. Some people have compared it to like Persona 5 Royal, which is interesting. Like it's the same as that. Some people have stated that, oh well, it's just a simple port, or it's just a simple remaster, so they just took the game or HD port. Some people have said it's kind of in between. Some people have said, oh no, it's a remake. So I kind of wanted to get you guys' thoughts on this in terms of it. Like I said, I don't really care anymore. If people can call it whatever they want, call it remaster, call it remake, call it whatever, call it port. I don't care because I'm done arguing. I'm just ready for the game to come out. I'm hyped for it. But Stealth, what's your thoughts on this, man?
The game is a remake. And, putting aside like the new content and the quality of life changes, they completely rebuilt the graphics. Completely. It looks like a brand new game.
Yep.
And to me that's pretty much what separates a remake and an enhanced port, which something like Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Encore is. It's the exact same game, looks exactly the same, just with some new content. That's not the case here. They completely overhauled the way the game looks, so to me it goes another level. But really, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's going to be an awesome game, and I'm just ready for it to come out too. I don't really care much for the debate. It's kind of stupid. I think it's been used as a way to kind of, make the game seem lesser.
It is. That's part of
less. It. And, honestly, it might be the best RPG release this year, in my opinion.
I'll be honest.
Can see that.
I'll be
agree.
honest. After I've played Charles, of course, I played Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've played through all of them, and with the updates to the game, it's definitely looking like it. My Persona 5 Royale and Xenoblade seem to be because they already took games that were already super good and then made them even better. And made them even better. And we're talking like all areas, structure, flow, and everything like that. So yeah, I can agree with you there. It's definitely going to be between Persona 5 Royale, which is a re-release, of course, and then Xenoblade for me. But we'll see.
I've seen a lot of people like that game. A lot.
Persona?
Oh, well, of course, Persona 5 is a great game, but Persona 5 Royal, a lot of people are praising that game more than I've seen people enjoy the original.
It really is real. It's super good. Like but I'm just not spending 190 hours in front of my TV playing that game. It's not. I'm just not.
You got your Vita.
That Vita's retired.
Already, the blue Vita is retired.
Yes, it is. I used it for a video. I used it a little bit for. It's retired. I'm never.
Got mine.
It threw in the towel too. You got the white towel. Threw it in the ring.
Those little thumbsticks. The desyncing with the PlayStation Vita remote play is trash. It was cool before the Switch came out. But after Vita remote plays garbage. I don't care what anybody
even
says.
For an RPG that it's not even like an intensive game like a fight.
Yeah, for RPGs, they're pretty good. I will say that.
What, Vita? No, the Vita system's good, but remote plays garbage.
No, but I'm saying for RPGs, it should be better than any other game.
It's still garbage because the problem with it is that it desyncs. Like if you put it on sleep or if you leave it for a bit, it'll desync. You'll have to sync it back up. You've got to worry about like your connection.
Maybe you should have finished that level then.
I'm just so used to Switch at this point. Like it was cool before in 2017. It was kind of cool. I finished Persona 5 that way, but I'm not doing it again.
Sleep mode, like right that, bam.
Yeah,
right back in the game.
And then there's times when I want to play on the TV.
Like it's that quick.
And like I can just put it on the dock. I have different docks in the house, so I can play it on the living room. I can play it in my guest bedroom. I can play it in my office here. I can't be dealing with remote play anymore, man. The desyncing is the biggest issue for me because a lot of times when I'm playing, like stuff happens. You know, like my daughter would come and try to bash my head in with something, you know, or she would there's some you gotta take care of something else, or sometimes you gotta work or whatever the case is, and like I'm not doing that again. So until they release, it's cool. If they want Persona 5, if it comes out on Switch, I'll buy it, I'll play it. But if not, then that's fine. I'll just say cool. It's a fun game. It's a good game, you know.
Nah, I feel you.
Yeah. But what about Xenoblade though? That's supposed to be another fun game.
But-
I've played 2 and Torna. I've never gotten to play the first one yet, and I have X, but my Wii U gamepad's broken, so I never got the chance to play X.
You are in for a treat.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah, your first time playing Xeno. They fixed
Yep.
so many things, man.
And they have Future
this is
Connected
gonna-
after, which is my favorite part, is that they have a second game already in it. You know what I mean? Because I love Torna more than 2 personally. And 2 is an amazing game, don't get me wrong. But Torna improved on everything that the second game had issues with.
I like how Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 have very similar art style covers though. Like
I like how they did that now. Yep.
And it's almost like if you put them together, it's almost like they're connected. If you put them side by side, it really looks like they connect to each other. I don't know if you guys could tell that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's really
it's in that Torna engine. So that they
no, I'm talking about the cut. Like I'm talking about the covers,
Art
like
style.
Box art, yeah.
the box arts. If you
Where
put
see, like,
Xenoblade Chronicles,
grass.
if you see Xenoblade Chronicles 1, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, if you put them side by side each other, it almost looks like the two are connected to each other.
Literally, physically.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And I felt like that was a nice touch, but definitely I'm gonna go on record to say that I was wrong because quite a few episodes ago on this podcast, I was on the side of saying it was a remake, and that was before the Nintendo E3 that we saw back in March. But I say E3, Nintendo Direct back in March.
Speaking of E3, we're gonna be talking about that later.
That's gonna be fun. But I literally got to the point where I just said this is definitely a remake, and I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to it. I enjoy Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Torna's on my backlog, which I may end up finishing before Xeno 1 comes out. So I'm gonna have fun just playing a lot more RPGs. If anything, I want to say 2020 is a beautiful year for RPGs. Like I'm not, it's like at this point, I don't care who likes Final Fantasy 7 more. I don't care who likes Xenoblade Chronicles more. I don't care who likes Trials more. Like this is a beautiful year of RPGs. It's like we haven't seen great RPGs in this frequency in a very long time, and I'm here for it. I want to see what other games come out, for the rest of the year. But if the year ended with just these RPGs, I would be satisfied. Excuse me, I would be satisfied.
Like, it's literally Xenoblade, Persona 5 Golden, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Trials of Mana. That's 4 amazing RPGs right there that span at least 400 total hours of playtime at most. Max.
Yeah,
and we still got Bravely Default 2 to come.
Yeah,
Bravely Default 2.
Bravely Default 2 is coming, and that game is going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that game. The demo made me super hyped.
Okay. I was talking about this with Nick last night, and OJ, maybe I need to play the game more. It's like the art style of Bravely Default 2 is cool, but that battle system, man, it's just not hitting for me, man.
Well,
that's just me.
It's like, do you like Octopath?
Which game?
And see, the thing is, because Octopath was more, it had the Brave system, but the extra default system is, I guess that's what's off-putting to me a little bit. And I guess like the battle animations mixed with the battle animations, I'm not the biggest fan of the battle animations, at least what I've seen so far.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
guess it's like,
Bravely Default is, or Octopath jacked Bravely Default system, but made it for, I want to say for noobs, but it's definitely a very simplified version of Bravely Default.
Yeah, and it's like, but Octopath, it had that, you're right, it had a little bit of, it had the Bravely Default.
There's no default. You can brave and
you can defend. You could defend. Like that's it. Like that's the most of the default you can do.
It'll get you an extra one, but like you can't go into default and you can't go past your limit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas Bravely Default you can. Yeah.
And I guess that's
default, so
I guess that's what it comes for me is because Ethan, are you a scrub?
Oh yeah, total scrub.
What I was gonna say was I guess for me, the battle system, I need to practice with it, but it's like the animations throw me off a little bit. That's just me. I'm nitpicking. I will validate that right now. But right now, I'm literally working on trying to just find more interest in it. I'm trying my best because it's like the game, the art style looks great. The story seems like I could get into the story, but
The
it's like
story's gonna be good.
but it's like you like has anyone ever experienced that with like battle animations? Because sometimes could just be a little bit distracting to you.
I don't. I've never had
For
it
me,
with
it's the
battle
art style
animations.
itself. Like the art style itself. Not to say it
Okay.
distracts me, but like overall, I'm not a fan of it personally.
Okay, but like I said, I'm definitely willing to give it a try. I'm definitely willing to play this day one because
Yeah.
the game looks cool and it's like another RPG for the Switch.
Yeah, it has good gameplay in it. Like, regardless of my opinion on the art style, it's still a good game. Like,
Yeah, the game's good.
Yeah, and we can't really judge the story based off the demo, which is
Yep.
built for that demo.
yeah,
And yeah, they've clearly just gave us a little taste of what's to come.
You know, I mean, I personally think like when you play it and you actually see there's actually a lot more depth within the like if you check out like the armor and everything, it actually looks a lot better, especially that first asterisk battle that you get to in there. It looks really good.
Can we compare Oninaki to Bravely Default 2? Because Oninaki is a beautiful
Oninaki doesn't look
RPG.
anywhere near as good as Bravely Default 2.
When you play
Played the same either.
Oninaki, you go into the reverse world. Oh my god, the reverse world is so beautiful in so many areas,
Yeah,
man.
but
Like, that game's so underrated for its art style.
No,
Like,
it's cool, but it's just not Bravely. I don't think it looks anywhere near as good as Bravely Default.
I know it's because it's not an established franchise, I guess you could say.
No, it
for
has nothing to do with
Bravely,
that. I like
but, like,
Oninaki's cool. It's just it just doesn't look as good.
I beat that game. I put like over 30 hours into it. Like, it's
Bravely
such a good
Default's
game.
barely is. I wouldn't say it's like super established. It's just there.
Oh, it's not. No,
It started in
it's
20.
there.
It started
Yeah.
in 2014. So the franchise.
Well, yeah,
is
with
only, it's only,
Lost Sphere and all that, but they don't relate. They're not
no,
interconnected.
Lost Sphere. There's no relation to Lost Sphere. Bravely
Yeah.
Default, the first game in the series was.
Oh, I was talking about Oninaki and
Oh,
Lost
Oninaki.
Sphere.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was comparing from that. Like, just because a lot of people initially think that off the cuff, they think, oh, those are related. They're not related at all. So that's why I think, like you said, it's just there. You know what I mean?
No, I was talking about Bravely Default. It's not really that established either. It's only been around since 2014, Bravely Default. So
Yeah.
But anyway, we kind of veered off from Xenoblade, so we're all excited for it. We're all looking to play it.
Oh, yeah. So
let's-
hyped. I can't wait.
Let's get into this next thing here, though, guys, and that is this whole this rumor of a delayed supposed Nintendo Direct for June because of COVID-19. Apparently, Nintendo was planning on having some things, but they're just having issues with work from home from the kind of like more like an issue with the Japanese workforce in terms of adjusting to working from home and getting everything ready. So it appears like what they're going to do is they're either going to do like trailers and just stuff like releases in terms of just like Twitter Direct, stuff like that they've done before, or they're going to hold on to it until maybe the end of summer. So maybe like August-ish or so, maybe July or August. I don't know, maybe a little bit later. But they usually do a Direct in September. So I'm not sure if they'll do a Direct in September and just like wait on it and just have like a big old huge one there, or if they'll just do like a Direct in at the end of summer. So I wanted to get Stealth. We can start with Stealth. What's your opinion on this rumor here first? Do you believe it? Do you think it's happening? Not happening? What's your thoughts, man?
I think it's very plausible because, I think everyone thought we'd get a direct in January and then in February and then in March, it was later and, and it was just a mini. So I think Nintendo is having problems, kind of collaborating with their partners and getting a direct out. And they had planned on being at E3 and even just that fact of, okay, we're going to do maybe Nintendo Treehouse Live. We're going to have and then to have to scrap all that to figure out what else to do. I'm sure that takes time because they plan E3 well in advance, and then to all of a sudden say, okay, we're not doing it anymore. Then now what are we gonna do? That can't be easy. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible that a direct could be delayed. I also heard maybe like a May direct as well. I think that was also one of the rumors being tossed around.
Yeah, I think it's a mini, if I recall.
Yeah.
There was some rumors, and maybe potentially I've heard some things that there could be something that maybe like something's happening in May or so. But I don't know if that's actually gonna go through with that. It could be, but we just don't know at this point. But yeah, right now, I mean, I guess like I said, for me, I'm just like My backlog is so extensive. It's like they can announce
Oh,
whatever. I'm just looking at hearing about stuff that we already know about. So like, I just want to like, yo, what's going down with Shin Megami Tensei? You know, Shin Megami
That's
Tensei
my
Five.
big
well,
one.
we're
Yeah.
not going to hear about that, so I wouldn't hold your breath.
What's going down with Bayonetta 3? Like maybe what's
We
going on with
should hear
Bayonetta
about
3?
that, hopefully.
Metroid Prime trilogy, something like that. We're gonna maybe get something along the lines of that. I
And
mean,
all those Mario games.
all the Mario games.
Yeah, that's what we need to hear
No
about.
More Heroes 3. Okay, what's going
Yep.
on with that game? You know, so that, I kind of just want to hear about some of the stuff that we already know
Like,
about.
there's so many games, like, and I beat like at like half of them at most, but like just still like,
Nobody can even see all those small squares.
of course, there's like 200.
So what's your thoughts then, VC, about this whole rumor and all that?
Well, me personally, I'm not surprised. It's expected with this whole health issue around the world currently. A lot of people in Japan are working from home at Nintendo, and a lot of research has been shown that they aren't used to working from home when it comes to using internet and stuff. A lot of them supposedly don't have like a lot of computers at home. That's what a lot of things I've been researching and stuff on the topic. And so they're having a hard time sending stuff over through cloud data. That's like one of the big issues right now with creating games for them. So it's unfortunate that they weren't prepared for this, but at the end of the day, I'm not surprised. I said from the beginning, Animal Crossing is the big hitter, and it is. For the year 2020. By far, it sold 5 million digital units, more than any other game in history. It was one of the top 3 best Nintendo games sold of all time. It's if anyone thinks it's not the big hitter, tell me something that's going to do better than that.
Well, I don't know. When you say big hitter, does that mean it's the game that does the best?
The best.
You say, well, okay, you're saying the most in sales?
The
Because
most in sales.
I don't think that was related when you were first saying it. So just
No,
make
no,
sure-
no. That's what I meant in general. Big hitter means the biggest, the best thing that come out from that company. So
Okay, the best is subjective, but the most in
Yeah.
sales.
I mean,
is more
by
objective.
sales, by sales.
Okay,
but
that's more
That's what I
objective.
mean.
You
That's what I
haven't
mean.
been saying
Sales,
that
but-
this whole time though.
Yeah,
VC.
so you say
I
the
thought,
best.
see, I would think you should assume that, but I do think Super Mario Party 2 is possible, TH3. I do think that's
Yeah.
possible still.
Will you
I'm
say
still on that train. Super Mario Party 2 is a thing.
Because, like, for example, if you say like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, let's just say Breath of the Wild 2 came out. Breath of the Wild 2 might not sell more than Animal Crossing.
It's not.
You know,
Not in Japan.
but then at the same
but it'd
time,
still be a big hitter, just as big.
it'll be a big hitter, and people will say that game is better than Animal Crossing. So when you say the best, it's like you leave that up for interpretation.
Yeah.
So that's why I said when you say the best in sales, now that's subjective that no one can argue. Because I agree with you.
Yeah,
I would agree with you. I agree with you
That's what I've
100%.
meant from the
Okay,
beginning.
see, that's what
And
you.
you
Okay,
can say,
that's
go-
what you've
no,
been meaning.
no.
Okay.
Yes, I've been.
And I
meaning
agree with you. I agree with you
sales.
100%.
Yeah, because
Well, yeah, I agree
look at
with
last
you.
year. Pokemon was the big hitter. Even though I never wanted to admit it, obviously. Even though I knew it was going to do a lot of sales, but like,
Did you?
well, yeah, I've always known it was going to do a lot of sales. I was saying 12
He did
million.
say that.
13 million,
He did say that. I remember him. He
Yeah,
did say that.
because as someone who always liked Pokemon, I always knew that the game's going to sell. It always does.
Okay.
He did admit that. He just didn't want to get it himself.
Yeah, and sometimes, as you guys can tell, I do have times where I can't say exactly what I try to say sometimes. So, just to
Yeah, it's
clarify,
cool,
I meant
but-
by sales.
But yeah, so okay, if you mean by sales, 100% I agree with you because Animal Crossing is. I will say Animal Crossing is going to have like a mini Wii Fit type of vibe to it, where it's going to get way more casuals and way more of a different demographic of gamers to go ahead and buy a Switch. Like there are people buying new Nintendo Switches just to play Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
So
Especially in Japan.
I would say I 100% agree with you in terms of moving sales. Animal Crossing is going to be that game. It's not going to be a big game just for this year, but for the years to come until the new one comes out, that game is going to sell a lot.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with you on that. But in terms of the direct, as some of you probably saw, I had some choice words on Twitter today.
And I had a retweet.
I got what got me upset was seeing the thread under Miss Click's post. Like, and just seeing different, not only that, and then I'm seeing different content creators like respond to it, and not, it's like there's more concern of no games And it's like the complete ignoring of there's a global pandemic going on right now.
It's not.
And
even,
I'm just.
It's not even really like no games. It's more so I don't get a presentation.
Thank you. That's what I want to say. It's the presentation.
I don't get it when I think I should have got something.
Fast.
Skip that. It could be May. Skip that. It could be July. Skip that. It could be whatever, or there could just be trailers. It's that I don't get a presentation to. That's the thing. Like completely
it's just
being
you're just visually
yeah.
seeing games.
Yeah,
it's like you're just visually seeing games. Go ahead, Stealth. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think what compounded it was Microsoft announced their conference like literally 20 minutes before that article dropped about the no Nintendo E3. So I think that just compounded whatever negative feelings people had. But yeah, I agree. There's much more to worry about than
what people don't understand about that, or what Microsoft talking about just their console and everything. There's a lot you could present talking about your console, but when you're doing these Nintendo Directs, this is a collaboration of Nintendo and other companies at the same time.
Microsoft has some they're going to be showing a lot of third-party games.
And
at this apparently they have two. They have one for third party, that's going to be mainly third party presentation that they're going to be doing. Then they have one for first party games. But once again, like people compare Microsoft. And look, I like the Xbox and Abaddon. I'll let you go with this, but I have to sit there and say this. Like people sitting there and standing for Microsoft. Look, I like the Series X. I'm going to pick it up. But Microsoft has spent the last how many years completely being bottom tier in first party games. Completely being bottom tier. All of their first party games have been... None of them have been up to the level of Sony and Nintendo's first party games.
I don't think any of them been as good as Halo 3.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it's very arguable that their best games, nothing even comes close to what they did, or they're underneath. All of their Halos, all the Gears, you can arguably say those are underneath what they've done before on the 360.
Yeah. Halo 3, and the entire Xbox One catalog.
Look, I've had an Xbox,
excluding Cuphead though, because Cuphead's on.
Cuphead's
Switch.
Cuphead's great, but it's on multiple.
It's one of my
systems.
favorite games of all time.
You know, but I've had an Xbox for the longest time, right? And all of the best games on there are all third-party games. So Microsoft has literally been doing nothing when it comes to first party this whole generation, and saving things and buying studios and having just lackluster first party games this whole generation. So I don't want to hear any crap about, well, they've got a bunch of stuff now. Where have they been all fudging gen? And this is coming from, I like the Xbox One, okay? I have two of them. I have an Xbox One X and I have an Xbox One S. And I play games on there. I play my third-party games on there. But I don't want to hear any standing for this when it comes to it compared. Yeah. What have they done for this whole 4, 5, 6, 7? How many amazing Xbox One exclusives have you seen on that system? So I don't want to hear it. They've had forever to sit there and get games. And yeah, they're saving everything for this next gen now that it's finally out here. So I don't want to, this caping for them and saying, well, Nintendo's not doing it.
I actually want to respond to something in the chat real quick. Andre Juan had a great comment. Where was Nintendo during the Wii U? All I know is Mario Kart Wii U, Mario Kart 8, went to the Switch, and it's the best-selling game on the platform.
Where was Nintendo during the Wii U? Failed and flopped. If the Wii U sold 50-something million, like the Xbox One has sold, the Wii U would have got way more games. They would have still continued it, because that would have been better than the GameCube. That would have been better than the N64. Yeah. That would have been better than the Super Nintendo. That would have been better than half of Nintendo's systems that they ever released.
I'll take Wii U's first-party output over the Xbox Ones any day of the week. I think Nintendo put way more better games on Wii U.
Yeah, you can tell they put more time into the first-party titles because they're first-party developed. So,
and I mean, if you're looking at obviously Microsoft has the third-party edge, which is fine. Third-party's great, but the first-party on Wii U was just spread out, among the 4 years that the Wii U was really there, 3.5 to be honest, like where they really put out games, So
listen, I just want Xenoblade Chronicles X to come over to the Switch already.
Me too.
Like that's what I'm waiting for. Like I know everyone loves Xenoblade 1. I know I'm gonna like Xenoblade 1, Xenoblade 2, but Xenoblade Chronicles X, like I can arguably say the world building of Xenoblade Chronicles X built for Breath of the Wild. I could confidently say that with full confidence. Xenoblade Chronicles X influenced the world building of Breath of the Wild. But going back to the rumors, man, I just said, listen, man, you guys know I've been consistent with saying this for over a year and a half. yo, whenever we get a direct, we get them. I've always been saying that these days. I said I don't get tripped up over rumors. I don't get tripped up over what's being presented. I'm like, whenever it gets here, it gets here. I'm not going to sit here and trip and lose my mind over it. Like I see gamers complain about something every other day. The day before was Last of Us 2 leaks and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just ignore it most of the time. But
so stupid on that one.
This time, the reason why I spoke up because there are hundreds of people dead right now. Like
I know someone personally in my family.
Tens of thousands of people.
I know.
Dead.
Yes.
Was it? I thought it was hundreds.
No,
hundreds
tens of thousands of people.
Thousands.
And there also
thousands.
might be like 25 million people who claim unemployment this week.
Oh, yeah, 25 million more, or
no, in total.
Oh, in total. I was about to say
you're
that.
You're right. Tens of thousands. Well, 100,000 cases confirmed. Thank you. It was 100,000. Over 100 cases confirmed.
Are you talking about U.S. or you talking about worldwide?
Worldwide.
Oh, there's over 1 million cases.
It's a million.
There's 3.2 million worldwide.
Yeah.
Very. It's like over 50 million. I know it's over 50. That's 50,000. Over 50,000 deaths. That I do know. So what I was getting at with this was what really bothered me with this is I've known people who passed away from this, and I actually have family who nearly passed away from this. And the thing about it is I saw how we're just so focused on ourselves, or we're mad, or Nintendo needs to do this now, or they're gonna do. I'm like, you guys are focused on the wrong things right now. There's way more important things with video games. And it's like I had to, and for those of you who probably saw it and everything, I'm just going to clear this up now while we're live so you guys know what it is. Manny and I are cool. We got no issues with each other. It's like we don't always agree, but we're really cool. We already even talked about it. We're cool. So let's throw that out there. So I don't want anything.
What happened?
No. Like I'm just saying, anyone who saw in the comment section goes public and everything. And it was public. We didn't agree initially, but at the same time, we both apologized to each other how we may have came off towards each other.
Didn't agree on what? What happened?
I'm not gonna get into that. I'm gonna be. I'm just
DM me later.
Yeah, it's just what the topic is basically on what Abaddon made the video.
And
okay, so she got mad in your comment section.
And it's more so it's like I understand the point. I understand point of views. I understand people getting mad at me by saying people who were disappointed. Because I did include people who are disappointed. And the reason why is maybe I'm a stickler for words, but that word disappointed could still be very bad towards developers. I put myself in the developer's shoes. And if you read, even though someone says they understand they're not mad, but they're still disappointed, that can still negatively impact the developer.
I don't know, man. Do y'all really get disappointed and salty over rumors?
I've been reading that all day.
Is this what people wake up in the morning and get salty and disappointed over rumors? They don't know what's gonna happen. Like, don't y'all got something better to do? Like, sorry,
people just gotta wake up and make themselves.
Maybe I'm old. Maybe Stealth. Maybe I don't. I'm older than Stealth, but maybe I'm just the old person here. But I don't wake up and get upset and like get bitchy about video games like that anymore. I don't know. I guess I'm way over that. I used to. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like 10 years ago, OJ, a decade ago to OJ, this probably would have been upset. But y'all really wake up in the morning, oh, there's a rumor, I'm going to be disappointed. Y'all really do that now? I mean, I guess, but this is just not my style anymore to be. Isn't there like something else to do?
I only used to get mad for Pokemon. Like, that's it. Like, that's all I used to get mad about.
Yeah, I mean, if Nintendo came out and was like, okay, we're delaying it, I'd be bummed for maybe 30 minutes, and then I'd move on with my day, and I'd probably and I probably wouldn't mention it again, you know?
And that's like, the thing. That's more of like, oh man, that sucks and everything. But at the same time, and it's like under other circumstances when people are like, oh man, and I could get that because it's like other circumstances. But when you got really life or death circumstances going on, I can't relate. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah,
I can't relate.
I can't relate to this at all. Like the thing about it is that if there's something that's happening that's strictly causing something to happen.
Exactly.
To me, it completely blocks out any type of disappointment that I would have had if we believe this rumor. You know what I'm saying? There are people dying. There's a big issues there. it's not that. It becomes a very small deal, in my opinion. It becomes
does.
like I said, I wasn't even disappointed, even if it's true. If it turns out to be true, I'm not
It was like,
disappointed. When
okay.
it comes, it comes.
It comes.
Like I guess, I mean,
exactly.
I'm more of like that. But when it comes, it comes. But then again, maybe that's because in my life I've been disappointed over and over and over and over, and I have felt the sting of disappointment and regret so many times to the point to where it's just like, yo, like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you guys have felt that. And I know I'm making a joke, but at the same time, I'm kind of serious. There's been so many times where I've been let down by people or other people or things that were supposed to happen. At this point, I'm almost desensitized to when something happens or doesn't go my way. I'm like, well, things always haven't went my way, so I don't care.
See, you're twice my age, and I feel how you feel, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many times in my life that things just don't work out the way that I want it to work out. In like literally life goals, things that I've worked decades for. I've worked decades to become a professional football player, and I didn't become one. And I literally have been I worked over 15 years trying to be one, and training to be one, and it didn't happen. You know,
I played hockey for over a decade.
Direct not happening, or a direct not happening at one point. That's nothing compared to some of the disappointments that I've had in my life. So I guess that's me. I don't know. I guess I have a different take on it. So
Nah, I definitely get it.
don't mean to sour the mood for the people in the chat.
Yeah, but not to sour the mood even more. J Big says, this is facts, by the way. I have family that lives in Queens. I live in Queens, J Big says, one of the hardest hit places in the whole world. I am around the corner from one of the first hospitals that got patients in New York. I've seen trucks filled with bodies.
Yeah,
this ain't like let the bodies hit the floor like the
it's
song.
really
This is
rough in New
serious.
York
It's
right
real.
now.
Yeah, it's bad in New York and it's bad in Connecticut where I am. I live in the county with like the most confirmed cases in Connecticut, and yeah, it's really bad. The job situation is awful. There's companies laying off people every day. I was laid off 2 weeks ago. And yeah, the last thing I'm thinking about, or the last thing I'm really worried about, is a Nintendo Direct maybe being delayed a month or two. Come on,
There's people,
this is silly.
there's people like literally who are worried about like how they're gonna feed their families. You know, there's people, worried about if someone gets sick and everything. There's so many different things that people are worried about. So that's why it's like I had the energy I had towards that, because I'm like, yo, put your controllers down for a second. You're really, let's be real here. And OJ, this is like, let's just assume more people are like you. They have like a wall of shame of games behind them. You're telling me y'all gonna get mad at video games that you probably didn't finish yet, and you're gonna just add that to your backlog? Like, in a sense, it's a spoiled mindset. It's like you complaining about games that you can buy but can't finish.
And that's the funny thing. You know how I just talked about how Microsoft and their first party output's been pretty horrible, right? How many times have you guys seen me throughout this whole generation complain about Microsoft, despite being a big 360 fan and a big original Xbox
Not
fan?
once.
I've literally made nearly nothing complaining, because there's games to play. Yeah, they haven't been as good as they've been before, but there's still plenty of games to play on my Xbox One. So I shouldn't really be crying or complaining about that. I mean, you can if you want to. Everybody, first of all, and also everybody's entitled to cry or complain or do whatever. Everyone's entitled to do everything. So I shouldn't say that you shouldn't. You can do whatever you want, but people are going to have opinions on that as well.
Exactly. If you do it openly, it is open for critique.
Yeah. If I started making a bunch of videos complaining about Xbox One, what's going to happen? People are going to come after me and say, you're hating on the Xbox One. There's this. They're going to start questioning my backlog. They're going to start saying certain things, all right? That's why I don't make those videos, even though I'm actually I think it's disappointing. Like, the Xbox One output compared to 360, 360 was my favorite 7th generation system. It's pretty pitiful compared to 360 in my opinion.
Oh, well, 360 was a very amazing console, even though it somehow lost to PS3 in the end. I'm still shocked that even happened.
Well,
but
that's just because Microsoft had already...
Yeah.
But
the bottom line is, the rumor didn't say there's not going to be any more Nintendo Directs ever. Yeah. Just that it would be delayed maybe a month or two. Mm-hmm. That's it.
And that's really nothing. Like, literally, how many games we got coming out next month? Like, literally, even just today, like, Streets of Rage 4 came out today.
And apparently it's the best on PS4 and Switch. There might be
Yeah.
some
Find
with the
her too.
Xbox.
I want to pick it up, but I'm still playing River City Girls. I still haven't finished it, so I'm still going through that first. I can't do one
if
beat
we
'em up
can
and go to the
gift
next
games,
one. Just
VC,
like
I would
RPGs.
I wish we could gift games. I would just gift it to you if we could. But
Yeah. Well,
Streets
you
of
could
Rage?
you could send me a code if you'd like.
I
That
need
would
to get
Streets of
another
Rage?
code.
Streets of Rage?
Yeah.
VC, I got
Oh.
you.
yo.
That's
You
serious, I
don't
got
have
you.
to. You
I'm dead serious. I got you.
Finish
You
River
don't
City.
have to, but
finish,
thank you, man.
Finish
Finish
River
River
City.
City.
Girls.
Finish River
Yeah.
City Girls, and
I'm
hit
halfway
me
through
up.
right now with that.
Finish it up.
I don't
and
want to
I
add
got
to your
you.
backlog. That's the one thing I don't like
Yeah.
doing to people.
Yeah.
Adding to
Yeah,
people's
'cause-
backlog isn't a good idea. Let's get through some donations and then
Yeah.
we're gonna.
I'll show my copy after too. It's actually the Japanese import, actually.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And then we're gonna have to let Stealth get out of here because he's got a little bit of a deadline. The Raw
Yeah.
EXP donated $9.99, becoming the top stream Ninja Stream Okage, and he says, "If we don't get a June Direct, it'll be disappointing, yes, but not the end of the world. I'm with OJ. There's real life situations going on that matter more." Then he says, "Bless up." Thank you so much, the Raw EXP. Thank you for the 10, man. Also, Matthew Hammond donated $3 and says, Nintendo got their schedule screwed up on game releases. They have no idea when some games will be back at 100%. On a positive note, Metroid Prime HD Collection may get a release date. That's true. We have to wait and see on that, Matthew. Shout outs to my man, Matthew Hammond. And also, Leo Aguilar with 100 core crystals and says, my uncle had COVID and had to get a largonscopy. What's that? LARYNGOSCOPY. I don't know how to pronounce that because I'm stupid. And got his throat opened to live. Regarding the Nintendo Direct rumors, Nintendo could do VODs with Shinya Takahashi announcing a game just how he did with the Metroid Prime 4 delayed announcements. Also, Matthew with another $10 Aussie, and he says, times are tough. I'm okay in the situation in Australia where I can afford to support my favorite YouTubers. You guys, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. People are struggling to feed their kids, keep their lights on, so I hope the support keeps you guys going. It definitely helps out. Thank you so much, Matthew Hammond. Or sorry, not Matthew, Matthew Wolford. We had Matthew Hammond that donated earlier, then Matthew Wolford donated with this one here. So two Matthews. Shout outs to the Matthews. Thank you for the 10 as well. Shout outs to Australia. You know I love Australia, so thank you guys for that. Before we're gonna go ahead and get into the next topics here, but before that, we're gonna go ahead and let Stealth bounce out of here. Stealth, you want to let people know again where they can find you at, man?
Sure, and thank you all for having me on yet again. You can find me on Twitter at Stealth40K, and you can find me on Twitch at Stealth40K. And as I mentioned, tomorrow is going to be a pretty big stream, so you're going to want to check my announcement tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I put Stealth's Twitch page. I put his Twitch page in there. In the link there, I'm gonna go on. I think I have Twitch open too. I'm gonna open up Twitch. I'm gonna put it in the link for the video as well. So yeah, definitely check out Stealth. Like I said, he's doing more. He's doing a lot more gaming stuff on there, gaming streams, and he's gonna have. You said your first video on YouTube is coming soon.
Yeah, I would like to do a live reaction to the Xbox event.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's gonna be
what a way to start.
Yeah.
exactly a Nintendo guy doing an Xbox, reaction.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool.
I think it'll be cool. I think there's going to be a lot of hype for that. So it should be
super dope.
Should be pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So Stealth, thank you so much for joining us, man. And we'll definitely love to have you back on anytime that you want to come on. You're free to come on at any point, man.
Thank you.
You have an
Yeah,
open
it's always great
invitation.
to talk to you.
You're part of the PE fam. You're part of the PE podcast
Yep.
family.
Yeah,
Now.
you have an
Thank
open
you.
invitation to come anytime, man. Even if, like you said, you can't make it one week or the next week, or you want to come on, maybe you have something going on, you want to talk about it, feel free to hop on, man. Anytime.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, take it easy,
Thanks,
Stealth.
man.
All right.
Have a good night.
Have a good one.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's hop into some Xbox Series X stuff. Speaking of Xbox event that Stealth was talking about, who's excited for this, guys? Who's excited?
I'm looking forward to it.
I was excited till I heard it was third party, and I was like, all right, I'll wait till the next event. I'll wait.
You know what? No, I'm still happy to see that because seeing the performance of third-party games is really good because, the performance of first-party games is one thing, but seeing how the developers can still get it to run, that's always interesting to me. So I'm still excited.
So did you guys get a chance to see the Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer? CG trailer?
No,
Yeah,
I
see
have
that
not.
I liked. I actually liked that. It looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I was pretty surprised.
I thought he was gonna get. Well, Abaddon hasn't seen it. I don't know. You're not an Assassin's Creed guy, are you, Abaddon?
I used to be. I played 1, beat 3, and I was starting to play 4, but didn't.
Where'd you beat 3 on? What system?
PS3.
PS3. Okay.
Yeah, so three was amazing. I
Did
like
you like
3 a lot.
3 made me.
I like
made me
3. Okay,
upset.
okay. The reason why I know why I made you upset, but the reason why I did like 3 is because someone who likes history, I like the fact that they touched on parts of the
Native Americans. That's why I was hyped for it.
Exactly. I know why you was hyped for it, but it's almost like when you see it's going to like the Revolutionary War and everything,
Yes.
I was like, yo, I liked how they built that up.
Yeah.
Like that was really cool for me.
Yeah.
So
because history is my favorite subject. Just to let people know.
One of mine too, actually.
History is my favorite subject.
I guess you know what? We need to have a history podcast because I had A's and that was my only class I was in honors in was history.
You know what?
I was in dynamics of geometry though, but I was in honors history. So
okay, VC, you're in New York, so like the statewide test for history. I can say this now because I passed. I ain't gonna do nothing about it anyway. I cheated to pass those histories exams. I'm gonna tell you how I did it though. I studied the answers for all the old exams. Why? Because history never changes. So the answers will always be the same.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. yo, when I went to college, I learned U.S. naval history. So it was like I was learning about like naval ships, like guns, bullets, all that kind of stuff. It was a great class. I recommend if you're in college, try and look for a U.S. naval class.
That's why history's so good, though. That's why history.
Yeah, there's so much you can learn because it always lasts.
Because it never changes, and the mistakes that people have made is always going to be documented.
Chips. Okay, Chips tried to put me on blast. It said he sucked. He's trying to cheat on one of my exams. Because Chips and I went to high school together. Let me tell you something. In the regular class, I fell asleep in class almost every single day because I was bored, and I didn't care because some of these teachers would word these questions in certain ways that I didn't care about. But the statewide exam, I think the highest you could get is a 99. I got a 97 on the statewide exam. And that's documented. So
in terms of exams and stuff, though, what about the Xbox Series X exam in terms of the grade that you guys are going to give for them? Where do you guys think? What grade or where do you guys think this is going to fall into when it comes to how good this presentation is going to be?
Capital F, maybe a capital L, like
Next
for
gen
flop
F?
and L. Listen, they're showing third party. I'm personally not appealed to Xbox and third party because that's all they've been doing for literally forever now.
Okay.
Like I can play a lot of those same third party games on my PS4 with first party games that are actually good quality.
Yeah, PlayStation, because it's like what's the point of buying an Xbox if your first party is going to be trash and you're going to have the same third party games?
Exactly. Like I could still buy Call of Duty, I could still buy my GTA, I could still buy my Madden, like you know what I mean? Like I still get all that stuff, you know what I mean? And I love Halo, don't get me wrong. Halo was my favorite franchise on Xbox, playing on the original Xbox and Xbox 360. But after 3, I kind of hated it. Reach sucks, 4 sucks, ODST sucks. I kind of just hate everything after the original trilogy. Like, the original trilogy is the prime of Halo, in my opinion. Gears Tactics is pretty good. Someone was mentioning that in the chat when I was comparing Halo 3 to the Xbox One library. And that's a great game, but it's not better than Halo.
Yeah.
And for the first party event, I'm hyped for that because that's something a lot of us are waiting for. The new first party games we saw last year, they showed all the new developers that they picked up. They showed the Hellblade sequel, which looks great. We may see more. And also more Halo. We could see more Halo finally, which the new game does look promising to many people, but who knows? It's not the same original developers, obviously. So it's not going to be the same Halo ever again, but could be good.
So the people who do Halo now, that's 3. Is it 343?
3. Yep, 3 for 3.
343 that does Halo. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you're right, but so maybe you're more excited for the second one that they're gonna have.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that one. For the third party one, I'm just not, and I don't even want to bother even hearing about the news. I can not even know that existed that one day of that presentation and live in my life with no issues. No problem.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to a lot.
The first party event. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to that.
Event. But I'm looking forward to Assassin's Creed Valhalla because I mean I have Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You know.
But they're gonna release a trailer after that for the PlayStation 2. You just go on their page.
Exactly. But I'm just looking forward to because the series
that's why
is probably gonna be the the beefier system that I'm gonna buy. On so.
Yeah, and see that's the thing, because I personally right now am more inclined to buy an Xbox Series X over a PS5 personally. So that's why it's like the third party event I'm not hyped for. The first party event is what I'm looking forward to because I really want to pick up the Series X. Like that's like what I want to pick up after all I've seen so far. So because Hellblade, I love the first Hellblade. I played it on when I had my Xbox One. I played on that, and I also played it on the Switch. And such a great game, amazing.
Yeah, so Hellblade 2 is coming. Shout out, we got a couple donations that we're gonna get into. Shout outs to Leo Aguilar, donated another 100 Core Crystal, says, do you think we'll get the reveal of Project Lockhart console or news detail even with the price point for this console? I don't think we're going to get it at this event. No, not at this one. Jonathan Reed donated $2 and says, what's up, OJ? What's up, Jonathan Reed? Thanks for the donation. And the Raw EXP, oh man, he wants me to get down in Pokemon here. The Raw EXP donated $20. Big that's the top stream ninja for tonight, man. Thank you. Thank you for the $30 tonight. And he says, that last 10 plus the 20 to pay for OJ's Pokemon DLC. If you ever have a Pokemon segment in the podcast, you should let me join the Raw Dragon Master. How about this? Once Pokemon comes out, the DLC, we'll definitely have you on.
Quick question, OJ.
Yeah.
So did you beat the game?
Absolutely, 1,000,000%. I am the
All
best.
right, so who is the 8th gym leader and who is the champion?
No spoilers. No spoilers.
It's not spoilers.
Yeah,
it's
no
not
spoilers in the chat.
Oh, whatever you say. It's
no
not
spoilers in the chat. But yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to picking up that Pokemon DLC because the Raw EXP has has donated for it. So we'll definitely get that going. So thank you to Raw EXP. I'll check out that what's it called, that Pokemon DLC for sure. CTH3, he's saying no spoilers. He ruined because he's still playing. There's still people. The game's still selling.
Andre Wine giving you the F word.
Well, look, we can't spoil the game for people. There's still people that are picking it up, man. It's still a game that sells, so you can't sit there and spoil it for people. You know. You can't sit there and spoil it for people, man. All right.
It's not spoilers, but all right. It's not like you see him in the very beginning of the game or anything.
No spoilers for people. No spoilers. So next up, we've got.
Yeah, I'm watching the trailer right now for Valhalla.
What do you think?
It definitely looks more serious.
Right?
I see the route they're going. So they went to the Vikings. So Vikings is
that's what got me hyped.
Vikings is definitely something different. I'm not the most. I don't know. For history purposes, I may look into it because I definitely went into 3 with the Native American route, and I want to go into 4 because of the Pirates route, but it's definitely going to be something to look into.
I think they're going to integrate like ships and stuff and being on that like for battles and stuff. So that's going to be great that they're going to be integrating that like some of the prior Assassin's Creed games.
I kind of don't want that. I don't want.
Well, I don't think they're going to overdo it like those games. I think they're going to integrate it, but like in like sprinklings. It's not going to be like the whole game. Yeah. Which one was it? By the way, I don't remember the exact one. Black Flag. Yeah. It's not going to be like that where it's the whole game.
Yeah, a lot of pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of pirates.
I think it's going to be just sprinkled through. I can't imagine they're going to really go back to that route fully for the full game. Can't imagine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, there's also, you're off of...
Black Flag was underrated.
I mean, I think a lot of people did. Like, Black Flag sold extremely well. Like, ridiculously well. Because it was on, like, 15 systems. So it literally sold, like, really well across all systems with the exception of the Wii U. But pretty much every single other system did really, really well. For Black Flag was a good selling game for them, and I know they were happy with it. But I like the direction that they're going in now, like the RPG direction. Like I just have to play. I just have to sit there and take the time to play. Like I've been going back over my backlog. Like I'm playing Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 is great. That's not a stream game. I don't suggest anybody stream it and play. There's certain games that just aren't good stream games, and that game is fantastic. Unless you have a good chat, that isn't worried about that type of stuff. But Resident Evil will draw certain types of people. So yeah, man. Shout outs to Raw XP. Thanks to Leo Ago and Jonathan Reed. Thank you guys for the donations. We're gonna go ahead and get into this isn't a super long podcast either, so we don't have too much. So we're gonna take some fan questions. But The Last of Us Part 2. Let's talk about this. And VC disappeared as I literally looked over here. He'll be back soon. The Last of Us Part 2. We have a release date set. I think it's June
19th.
June 19th, and then Ghost of Tsushima is
July 21st.
July something. So we've got some.
July either. Hold up.
Maybe we can look that up real quick. So what we're going to be discussing while Abaddon looks that up. what's going on with this? Now there was a report, or not a report. There was a rumor.
July 17th.
July 17th. Okay, July 17th.
AEW superstar in the building.
Yeah, yo, it's Baron.
Congratulations, bruh.
Baron
Well, it always
Black.
takes Baron at least like 15 minutes just to start up Discord with his computer, his ghetto computer. You know what I'm saying? He did too many elbow drops on the computer, and it causes it to have some issues when he tries to start up. So it takes him a while to get going on here. So when he's ready, he'll say what's up, and we can give him the congratulations. But The Last of Us Part 2. Some release dates.
Hold up, man. I know you ain't talking that shiznit up in here right now.
Baron.
I know you ain't.
Baron,
man.
congratulations, man.
Man, look.
Congrats.
I ain't even at the house.
I knew I saw you. I knew
Congratulations.
You
For those
were
who don't know,
the top.
Baron,
Congratulations, man.
Baron
Congrats.
just got his first debut on AEW. One of the big
All
leagues.
elite wrestling.
All Elite Wrestling. We are among someone who's been working for more than a decade on this. Baron, man, how do you feel, man? Seriously, like, how do you feel?
I feel like a man that just got paid.
That's what we like to hear.
Yes.
That's what.
That's what we like to hear. Yeah, those AEW checks pretty good.
You probably can't say it, but
No, of course you can't.
Okay,
No.
this is a gaming podcast, sir. So
I know, I'm not. Hey, look, I know it's a gaming podcast, but dude, you know how many people were happy? We heard about the news.
Yo, we all
During the
paused
stream.
for a moment.
yo,
Yeah,
I
like,
literally
we
was
all
like, yo,
pumped off, man.
OJ,
We were like-
Baron's on AEW. Like,
It's like we won the. It's like the Niners won the Super Bowl, man. Like that was the last time that I popped off like
Yo.
that, dude.
we all went crazy.
well, I seen. I've been very busy the last 2 days, but I knew I was gonna pop in here late sometime tonight because I'll actually have time. But yeah, y'all think I was gonna let this Last of Us 2 get away from me? Oh hell no!
You came just in time.
Are you
No,
back
I ain't
home?
letting
Or
that go.
Are you back home or are you still on the road?
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay.
not back home.
Okay. I didn't think you were.
damn. Yeah, you know, good. I mean, it's still, it's still restrictions out here, so
Yeah,
ain't really much.
Absolutely.
Ain't really much anybody can really do.
Honestly though, but like, everybody here,
besides quarantine, so it ain't
everybody here is super happy for you, man, and we all want to just say congratulations, dude. Seriously.
100%.
I know. I mean, I somebody sent me a little reaction on your little live stream. I was like, why is OJ acting like a cheerleader right now? Look at this man.
Yo. Literally, like when I saw Sean Spears walk into the ring after commercial break, I'm like, wait a minute. Baron told us to watch tonight. Why is Sean Spears coming to the ring? And then I see you, and I'm like, what? Like, literally, I was like, what the hell? That's crazy. Like, congrats, man. Because I watch AEW religiously every week. So, like,
I know you watch
hope-
it religiously, but
yeah.
for the fact that y'all didn't know that was me in the crowd for the last.
no, I
2 weeks,
knew
it's
it
like-
was you. I knew.
I was
Me
like,
and
y'all
Russo
really-
knew. Yeah.
Well, I didn't watch AEW, so I didn't know
you better
you
start
were-
watching.
No,
Chris
I
Jericho,
subscribed to the-
Darby Allin.
I subscribe to the
Lance
YouTube
Archer.
channel. I follow. I'm definitely
MJF.
starting to
MJF's my
watch.
personal favorite. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, and Jimmy Havoc. Those are my two favorites. They're nasty wrestlers. Oh my god, Jimmy Havoc specifically. Is crazy.
So let's talk. We'll get to donations in just a bit right after this. But Shadow Fox is also here. Shadow Fox, what's up, man?
What's good, Shadow Fox?
What's going on, guys? Congrats, Baron.
Yeah, man, it's the job ain't done yet, but
Oh
no,
no,
of
this
course.
is the beginning.
Just the
This is
beginning.
the start.
Just the beginning.
Yo, you gonna be a tag team now, Sean Spears, or are you gonna be in a rivalry for a
You're
while?
asking too many questions
Too many
right now,
questions.
man.
you
Just
can't,
No,
enjoy
you
the
can't
ride,
say that.
bro.
You can't say
I'm gonna
that.
say this though.
Yeah, I know.
will use you because they definitely want more tacticians on the program.
Yeah,
Instead of big heavy hitters, they want people that
yeah,
say,
or
actually,
really small people.
wrestle.
Like, yeah, your size is pure wrestling technician.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
I just wanted to step in here for like 15 minutes. I ain't gonna be able to do my usual spiel, but I wanted to make sure that OJ saw that he's definitely shorter than me.
Oh, obviously, we all knew that.
You said that you're 6 foot, right?
Yeah.
You're
so
about to say-
you
yeah, I already knew I'm
you
5'9".
see how you Yeah, Sean Spears is not a short guy, so I just wanted to rub that in.
I'm told you guys. For the longest
I
time,
think he's like 6'6", right?
I'm the
he's
prototypical running
6'2".
back height. I think about 5'9" is good for a running back. They're about 5'10" to 5'9". That's about the running back height, and that's what
All right. I just wanted the people know if OJ ever step in the ring, he gonna get clotheslined by the bottom rope. That's how short he is.
Hey man, my special move is the spear. I was I'll spear you like football spear. That's my special. That's my move. If I was in the wrestling ring, the spear. But all right, let's get into this Last of Us Part
I was a
2.
flying drop kick guy, just flying drop kick, just boom.
I used to wrestle. I used to wrestle back in the day. I was good.
Backyard wrestling.
Heck yeah.
We had ladders. We would have the
I
ladders.
used to jump off and do. I used to jump off and do all sorts of shooting star press, all sorts of crazy crap.
I'm glad the trampoline we had never broke.
You backyard
broke my
too?
neck wrestling back in the day, man.
Oh yeah.
I think all of us growing up broke a couple chairs or two.
Oh, chairs, yeah. Tables. That's handle.
One time I jumped off the roof of my friend's house and went right through his trampoline. Like I elbow dropped him right through the trampoline.
I never went off.
Yikes.
I never went off the house before. So.
Yep,
Well, I do want to say this, y'all really, everybody really came out, boy. I mean, I still ain't answered all my messages yet, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
I made sure I recorded it too.
Everyone was happy, man. You know, you've been doing the indie grind for a while, so everyone was just happy for you.
It's well deserved, man.
Well
Well,
deserved.
when stuff happen like this, you get, the people that's happy for you, then you get the people that you never heard from in like 5 years. All of a sudden.
Oh, that's always the funniest. I love when that
you
happens.
always gonna get that.
I remember you from the N-Dub days,
Yeah.
like you.
Dude, that
Yo, I saw you from high school.
that's
like,
that's
Well, I'm not talking about YouTube people. I'm talking about just regular.
yeah.
He's talking IRL,
High school and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah,
bro.
man. My notifications is still going wild. I know I missed some, so I try to reply to all the people.
Yeah,
I know
you gained
I know,
a ton of new followers.
but yeah, it's still going. I was like, man, I ain't gonna
So
be able to
like
do
half
all
the
this
city of Atlanta magically know you now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. Just give me the key to the city. I'm good, bro.
Let's. I know you don't have as much time as before, Baron. So
Yeah. So let me
let's
break
get
it down.
into this,
Let me
yeah.
start off the top real quick.
Yeah.
Ever since this thing happened the other day, I
Get your
wanted
snacks,
to
get your
talk
drinks,
about
everyone.
it. I wanted to talk about it. The fact that they, the fact
So we
that
both drinking salty water. Go ahead, Baron.
the fact that I brought this up when that guy did that little Twitter rant. What month was it? February or January?
That was like February.
The ex developer, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's just mad," and da 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 da. Now we turn around, and then another developer leaks the whole game for the same reasons this other man was complaining about.
And
I
you saw
was
the
like,
BuzzFeed article too, right? Where 70% of the staff quit.
Yep.
So
the
I'm
higher,
sitting up
the
here.
higher rank, like the higher ranking staff or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting up here. I need an apology, not from y'all, but from people on the internet, because everybody was at my neck for saying what I knew what the inevitable was. That Naughty Dog ain't really that good of a studio. They really naughty. They really are naughty. And I told y'all, ain't no developer ever came out like that and went on a rant like that and exposed all that information. And why would somebody lie about stuff like that? You know what I mean? Like, what is his benefit? You know what I mean? And you had journalists attacking him, talking about he'll never workplace and all this other stuff. It's like, come on. Then you have somebody else do it 2 months later, but they do worse. They leak the whole damn game. Like
The whole plot.
Y'all got to think about this. How mad do you got to be to leak the whole damn game?
Very,
what
I guess.
did y'all do to this man that made him
That
leak
means NDA
the
is out
whole
the
damn
window.
game? Like,
Big mad.
that ain't big mad.
That's
astronomical mad.
That's going to get sued for life, man.
Well, I'm only thinking he did that because there was a countersuit for all the bonuses that were promised as well. That probably aren't going to
Exactly.
happen, or if they come, they're coming late.
And I also want an apology. I'm talking to the people out in the universe right now watching this. For all the people that tried to tell me that I was being irrational by saying Sony used COVID-19 as an excuse for the delay of this game. Now we know that is true. Because ain't no way your game gets leaked and then magically the next day you have a release date. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
people.
Sony.
Would you say
Sony
or would you say Naughty Dog?
No, that has to be
That's
Sony.
Sony.
But
That comes from the publisher.
that's all
Sony.
Sony.
Gotcha.
To Sony.
But the thing is, looking at, I'm gonna try to stay away from the spoilers as much as possible.
Yeah, no spoilers.
You know what I mean? But looking at the spoilers, I'm pretty sure it was Sony's doing because I don't think they believe in this game.
No, they
Oh
believe
yeah,
it.
you can tell they did.
I'm specifically talking to people who actually watched those spoilers, and I watched them, and I was horrified. And I don't even like the damn franchise. I was like, I know you wasn't thinking about selling this to people. You know what I mean? Like,
I saw the spoilers too. It's a bit rough. It's a bit rough.
That is bad. So
It's real bad.
this leaker did y'all a favor. You know,
I was so.
I don't know the decisions
Even
that
now,
was
laughing,
made.
I can't.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
it's a
And I always-
gameplay decision too, though, because the entire time you're doing something you don't want to do. So that's a whole.
Yeah, so I feel like this was a collective effort. I feel like there's a collective effort by a lot of people at Naughty Dog to do this. I don't think this is a one-man job. I think they chose one guy to do it, but I think it was multiple developers behind agreeing on leaking the game. I don't think one man just took it as his whole sole responsibility to do it by himself. So everybody that was attacking this leaker, like the people from IGN and all that other crap I seen, I was like, look, bro, if you really think this one guy did this by himself, I'm pretty sure other people was in on it and egged him to do it because they probably didn't like what the state of the game they had.
They all wanted their pay too. This is a worldwide issue where people need money to support their families right now, and they were told, "Oh, you're not getting your bonuses anymore. Screw you!" By the higher up. The higher ups got their bonuses anyway. So clearly, this is for a good cause, and I think it's good that he did that.
That's the rumor. Okay, that's a rumor, and Jason Schreier is saying that rumor is not true.
That is what he's saying.
Yeah, so Jason
I
Schreier
don't
said
give
that
a damn
whole
what
rumor about
station.
an employee leaking it because of the bonuses and all that stuff like that. But he's saying that it's not true. But then, then who leaked
Them
this
having
game?
low pay is true.
Exactly.
Then I get it. It's fine if you want to say it's not true. Jason Schreier, he knows about this. Obviously, he has tons of sources. So if he's saying that people, I can trust him on that one. But something happened to where somebody decided somebody inside leaked that. That's not an outside leak because of the pandemic that's going on. That's not an outside leak. That's an inside leak. So where did this come from?
We seen debugging footage. Like they really ripped it right up.
They put all the footage up on YouTube. People downloaded it and they're shading it.
Come on, bro. Like this man showed the ending cutscene. Do you know how mad you got to be to show the ending cutscene?
Beta 64, cutting room floor, straight up.
Like this man exploited every plot twist in the damn game. The ending cutscene. Then he showed the multiplayer. That was today.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, wow. I was like, wow.
He's just going off.
Man, they are mad. And for people to sit up here and believe people like Schreider, who's a dumbass, and these other people, you gotta understand, people don't do stuff like this just for the hell of it. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the only reason I can think of for me to do something like this, you got to be hurting my pockets. You either sleeping with my wife or you hurting my pockets. It's
That's
one of the
exactly what's happening with this guy. Neil is probably sleeping with his wife and taking from his pockets.
I do want to say thank you to Chunky Fat Guy for the 10 gifted tier 1 subs to the channel, man. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate
10
it.
gifted. Yeesh.
Yeah, 10 gifted.
Nice.
Subs. That's
that is what's good.
That's why people kept on seeing Pyra. The people that are watching, they kept on seeing Pyra saying, "I'm really feeling it," because there was like 10 gifted subs. So thank you. Keep on going, Bear. I just want to say thank you so much to Chunky Fat Guy. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs, dude. YouTube, can you guys get on that, please? YouTube.
That you.
Why did you say that? But
YouTube
yeah,
needs to have
man,
a gifting sub option or a gifting member option too.
They need to bring it back.
look, all I'm gonna say is what I've been saying. Sony is in a bad spot. And the fact that they already got issues with their console situation. Now they got issues with their top developer. Because I guess Naughty Dog is their top developer at this point.
Unfortunately,
How do you move forward? You know what I mean? You already had
you
people
fire
who-
everyone.
No.
They was mad that
Close
you
the
took
studio.
multiplayer out the game. They was mad that you pushed this type of sexuality in the storyline. They was already mad about that. They was mad about the multiplayer taken out. They was mad about the delay. Then they mad about the infinite delay. And then the thing gets leaked. And then you turn around and give a release date. So that made them even more mad because you didn't have to delay it in the first place. So it's like, what do you do at this point? I'm actually nervous for this game. I'm gonna be honest with you.
And
I don't
I'm
I don't
shocked you feel nervous.
I'm nervous because I've always said Sony's always finds a way to destroy their franchises because they can never keep stuff maintained. The only thing they keep barely maintained was God of War, but God of War hit a crevice, hit a crater at one point before they resurrected it. So they always find a way to just wear it out and destroy it. And this is only the second game, man, and you do something this drastic, like I don't even like the game.
They went too deep into the whole entire scope of the game. What were they on while making this?
Well, guys,
It's
hold on.
something totally
Hold
different.
up.
Hold
I think we're getting into.
No,
the
I'm
spoiler
not getting
territory.
into the spoilers. I'm just trying to give
I'm just saying the
people
scope of the
context.
game is different. That's all I'm saying.
I'm giving people context. You know what I mean? Just think about it like, if you like if you like Power Rangers, and then the next season the Rangers
Sailor
have no
Moon.
powers.
No, it's like watching
Would
Power
you watch
Rangers and
it
it's
more?
now
Like-
Sailor Moon and it says Power Rangers. Like you don't want to watch Sailor Moon if you're trying to play Power Rangers. You know what I mean? Or watch Power.
You know what I mean? It's like watching Power Rangers with no Zordon. Like what? Like what are we doing here? Like
Andre the
Poke on
Black
about
Nerd was
Pikachu
on-
and Ash Ketchum.
Did you guys see Andre the Black Nerd was one of the Power Rangers? He was the Blue Ranger one time. Did you guys know about that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he
No.
was.
Oh, he was
I
the Blue Ranger.
just figured that out. I was like, wow, really? Okay. Power Rangers.
what?
Interesting.
damn, Disney didn't pay no money back then. What happened?
No, like it was one of the more recent Power Rangers. I don't know what they're. I think they're like on.
I thought Disney still owned them though.
I don't know who
I don't
owns what. I just know that I saw like they did Power Rangers Appreciation Day, and Andre the Black Nerd was definitely the Blue Ranger. So
The original Blue Ranger?
no, not the original.
The
new
chat is already
Gotcha.
spoiling. So
Chat,
Look, I'm
no
gonna be,
spoilers.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That game is going to be spoiled for you, but before June 19th comes, it's going to happen.
well, yeah, it's because they
That
delayed
is
it for no
that much-
reason.
It's that much content out there. You're not going to be able to go all the way to June 19th without getting spoiled.
Unless you just stay off the internet.
Yeah,
And the dude is
completely.
still leaking stuff, so it's
On YouTube. Like you
not
can just
happening,
download the
dude.
video on an MP4 converter, and there you
it's
got the
not
video.
happening. I'm gonna tell. I'm not gonna spoil it for y'all, but if you ain't seen it, just go ahead and watch it, get it out of the way, because you're not gonna avoid it.
And,
You're
and
not.
the spoilers too. Oh my god.
Yeah, you might as well just get it out the way.
No
'cause
one's
you're not
saying in the chat, y'all better stop.
Yeah, you might
people
get out.
are still hyped for this game because you can't discredit how big The Last of Us, the original one, was. Even though I personally don't like the game at all, it was a big game for Sony and it still is as a franchise. So it's kind of like a shame in that regard, as you said, Baron, how you're nervous for it because it's one of their big games that they were looking forward to for the whole year as well. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, and it also goes to the narrative I've been telling y'all is that this what happens when you create an interactive movie. Now, if this game had any predication around gameplay, I don't think people would have been that upset. But the fact that this game lives and dies on that story is ruined. It's ruined. That's what these people play it for. It's for that. It's for that
That's
story.
kind of what I put out there, and that hurt a lot of people's feelings. Like, what does that say about this game? If
That
this
is exactly what I've been saying. Interactive damn movie. Because you ain't playing it for the gameplay. You ain't.
It's for the story.
You
So
tell
it's
me, hey, you playing Ocarina of Time, my guy? Hey, the Water Temple is gonna suck, and also Sheik is Zelda. Okay, I'm still playing it. and it's not gonna bother me at all.
I
Really.
think there's definitely people that are playing it. I mean, I agree, but I think there's definitely people playing it for the gameplay. People actually like the gameplay. I mean, back when we had Jordan on, he was like,
Yeah, I like the gameplay, but
So
I like the combat, but it's not enough of it. I don't think that was my issue.
And there's still
when me and Jordan
multiplayer,
had that back and
so-
forth about it.
there's still multiplayer. So it looks like they're getting multiplayer done, right? So that was at first we didn't. think
But
there was
that's
gonna
not going to
multiplayer
be
at all.
there at launch.
Well,
That's
and that was the other
exclusive.
part too.
And we don't know
the
how
leak-
long that is.
The leak revealed part of the gameplay part. You're probably not gonna like.
People are just learning that Sheik is Zelda.
Oh, spoilers! Sorry.
Womp, 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 womp.
Oh, if y'all don't stop, get the hell out of here.
Also, Ganon was tortured, and the Hyrule flooded the castle on their own.
And Ganon's demise.
Yes. Also, when Link is animated for some reason, he's more violent than when he looks more realistic. Go figure.
Yeah. And also, don't forget, Ganon comes back like Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
Like
the time.
Ganon comes back. No.
Yeah.
Turns out he
He does.
gets reincarnated just like Link does.
Yep.
He does.
And
So
every single game.
Spoilers.
So yeah.
Big spoilers.
So I'm gonna say this. What Last of Us sold last time?
20.
Oh, it was 2 platforms. What, 17?
It got bundled.
20.
Oh, it was
22. It got
bundled
PS3
PS4.
bundled too, didn't it?
20. I thought it was
Yeah.
17. It was not
No,
20.
It was 20.
That's the one,
2
20.
platforms, multiple discounts bundled with the system.
Multiple
everything,
bundles.
$5. Everything that you can think
Well,
of combined was 20.
I'm gonna tell you this. Based off what I saw, there better be hope they get 4 million out of this.
That's not
Oh.
true. That's
Listen,
That's not
Based on what I saw, they
Here's
better
the- here's
get
the- here's
4
the thing.
million out of this.
You guys
I
got to
think they're gonna reach
realize.
6 million. I think 6 million is possible.
No, here's
but
the thing. Here's the reason. You guys got to realize this. This is what you guys got to realize. You guys got to realize that most people aren't going to see these spoilers. You're talking about the core gamers that are on Twitter and stuff like that. Yeah, a good portion of people might see them, but most of the people that are going to play this game, once they start doing the marketing and everything like that, it's going to be the people that play, no offense, Baron, it's going to be people that play like Madden. It's going to be the people that play, the Grand Theft Auto.
here's the
It's going to be those guys, and there's going to be a large portion of those people who see the graphics, who see the how good the
OJ,
graphics are, and they're gonna buy the game because it's a big game that people are saying is good. The game's gonna review extremely well, so even with the leak, you're gonna have the great reviews of the game because the game's gonna review 90 plus. So like I don't believe that this all of a sudden 4 million. That's impossible for a first party Sony exclusive. Like,
OJ,
a big
OJ,
first
look.
party Sony. We're not talking like Gravity Rush or anything like that. We're talking like talking Death Stranding.
Look, bro. Look, Death Stranding.
It's gonna
sold
die in
2
the summer though.
million.
I think
So
this
that's
game is
definitely
gonna
What'd
die
you say
in the
about
summer.
Death Stranding? I'm not talking Death Stranding. That's not a real exclusive. That's not a real exclusive.
But look, OJ, man. When this leak,
Wait,
when
I'll
this
let
leak
Baron go.
happened, it was the #1 thing on Twitter. So obviously more people were talking about it than the core gamer because that's what that game appeals to. And I also noticed that when you look up Last of Us 2 in YouTube, there's people talking about it that ain't really core gamers like us. And they're trashing it. So I'm like, man, this is pretty bad. I watch other
it was
people on
trending
YouTube
more-
that are
was
that are
trending more
casual
about-
gamers and they have
You
big
can't always
audiences.
take what people
But
say
they just-
online.
just-
If that's the case, the Switch would have been doomed before the system.
Well, that's the core gamers were doing that.
No,
Not the
casuals.
casual crowd.
Casuals were doing that too.
No, the casual crowd was not doing that. They didn't know
Man,
nothing
who's that?
about
Who's
it to
that
do it.
dude from the freaking? I said, who's that dude? That's the guy Keemstar. That dude, like
Keemstar.
He sit
Right.
there. He's a casual gamer. Mark my words.
Bruh,
The Switch is dead.
Keemstar-
Oh,
Here's-
because they were
here's the
trying to
thing.
trash it for the same
Well,
reason they
here's the-
trashed you. It just didn't work.
guys like who only play like shooters and stuff like that. Like the Switch is dead. I saw so many YouTubers and people saying that and
Well,
normal people.
That's
too,
a whole
saying
totally
that. So,
different
the-
situation.
look,
and Keemstar been gaming. He's not that.
He's
still
been
a casual
first
gamer.
person. He came in the online era with
He doesn't play all kinds of video games.
Yeah,
That's
he came
what
in
it
that
is.
era.
No, he
with
doesn't.
Well,
He doesn't. But you comparing a system to a game is kind of different dynamic.
What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is The Last of Us 2 gonna sell 20 million? Probably not. Probably not going to sell that.
Oh,
much.
absolutely.
Final Fantasy VII Remake sold worse than Final Fantasy 15.
Well, that's because
you gotta give it time.
Wait,
first.
it was only on
Damn.
one platform. No, it was only on one. It's not going to sell. It's only on one platform for right now.
Yeah, but for how big that game was for Sony as a whole, even back on the PS1, it was the game of that generation.
Okay, but
for the PS1.
things have changed since then.
Things have changed. Okay. Let's look at Animal Crossing and see how things have changed, huh?
No, things have been. Animal Crossing is different. Things have been ramping up for Animal
Final
Crossing.
Fantasy VII Remake was 3 million shipped and downloaded, not sold and downloaded.
in the first 3 days.
3.5.
That's still really good.
All right, who cares about that? But the point is, it ain't happening. Okay, it's not happening. It really ain't.
10 million lifetime, maybe.
I felt disgusted, and I don't even like the game.
It's gonna sell.
I don't
more
even
than,
care for the game.
It's gonna sell more.
And
than
I was
10
disgusted in what I saw.
Here's the
You
reason
think
why.
it's
I was like, what?
It's gonna sell more than 10 because here's the reason why. You're gonna get, of course, you're gonna have a massive install base. It's gonna be cross-gen. You're gonna have a massive install base, and then that's that.
Wait, it's gonna be cross-gen. Yeah.
That's why they were trying to delay it. It's gonna be cross-gen.
Wait, so I have a question. So you said Death Stranding is not a true exclusive?
It is and it isn't.
Well, it's coming on PC. Well, they delayed it. Well,
So what I was saying before, games going to PC then doesn't count as a first party game anymore because people will say
technically second party.
Yeah, so like Octopath is second party.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Not really.
It's only paid for.
It is, unfortunately.
It's not second party.
I wish it wasn't second party, but it is.
That term is not really. That's not really. Octopath Traveler is a first
phenomenal game.
I mean, not
first,
published,
published
console exclusive, but it's not a second party game. Just like Street Fighter V is not a second party game because that's on PC but exclusive to PlayStation 4. But nobody says Street Fighter V is a second party game. Yet Street Fighter V is only on PC and PlayStation 5.
Well, OJ, you got two definitions there. So you have second party as far as development and who the studio is, and then you also have publishing. So it's two different ways. Like it can still be second party publishing if the majority of the bulk of the development of the game was paid for by the first party.
Sure.
And that third party has that exclusive agreement with that one. That's second party publishing, not necessarily second party development.
I just don't. I don't ever think of games as
second party development.
I don't ever think of games as second party games. I've just never thought about that. It's like, they purchased a console exclusive. They published it, they distributed it, so it's on consoles. It's distributed as a first party game. So that's essentially what's went down with Octopath.
That would kind of be what happened with Resident Evil 4. But if you start talking about something like Twin Snakes,
that was time.
Nintendo paid for that, so that's second part.
Twin Snakes and Resident Evil 4 is different though, because Resident Evil 4 was paid for a certain amount of time. We're going to pay for this amount of time, and then after that time is up, okay. Resident Evil 4, Twin Snakes was outright. This is just going to stay on here. Yeah, and Nintendo picks where that game's going to go afterwards since they paid for it. And they even used Silicon Knights, which was their hand-picked studio to make the game, which is a bit different than it being like, let's say, Konami's team that made it, where there would be different things there because Nintendo paid Silicon Knights, then also paid, rights with publishing and also that distribution. There were so many things that Nintendo footed the bill for everything.
That's second party development and publishing on that.
And that game wasn't cheap. That was an expensive remake of Metal Gear Solid. It was full with all the power the game could muster for the most part.
Did you say remake?
I said remake. I did say remake.
I thought you said it was a remaster on Twitter.
I don't know the code for the game though. Somebody can maybe crack the code for me. I mean, somebody can
report
the Da Vinci Code, right? The Metal Gear Da Vinci Code.
Is there PS1 code running on that game?
OJ exposed.
Hey, you already got exposed for not playing Pokemon, so.
I didn't get exposed for not playing Pokemon.
Wow.
VC. Why don't you show your Pokemon hours, VC? How about that?
Oh!
Hey, all I know is I can't show up my hours because I have to review games that I get codes for.
Unfortunately, I can't show my hours. Screen share right now. Wow. Screen share right now.
Dude,
well, I actually can't do screen share currently. My Switch is actually over here.
This man got Pokemon, then hit his hours as soon as he got Pokemon.
No, it's because the competitive is BS. Competitive is BS.
The timing was impeccable on that one, my man. Impeccable timing on
The
that
fact
one.
that I didn't even know you could do that until a couple of weeks ago.
You can show what as much stuff that people want to see in terms of your profile and stuff like that, you know.
But that wasn't originally on like the first. That came after a couple of firmware updates,
It's
right?
actually always been there from the beginning.
Yeah,
What?
from the beginning. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. If
Wow.
anything, they took away a few of the original settings that they had. They made it more precise and not as exact of how you change the actually in the
Didn't know
10.0.
Let's get some donations in, just because we need to. Bryson Warren donated. You know what? Snap. Let me just open up this because like my Streamlabs is just kind of jacked right now. So let me just open up this so I can see. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. Shout outs to Bryson Warden donated $5 and says, congrats to Baron. I'm new to the channel in general, but you've been my favorite part of the podcast for sure. No shade towards the other members. No shade taken. Final Fantasy VII Demo Edition is one of the funniest things ever. So thank you and best of luck. So shout outs to thank you, Bryson Warden, for
That's
this
very
$5.
nice of him.
Also, Barber donated $10. JoJo Boys in the chat. This is why is Baron always crying about something? That's it's not necessarily completely false.
Well, today was totally different. No one was crying tonight.
Hey, man, I muted.
What the hell y'all
Tonight's-
talking about?
Exactly.
He was talking about-
Tonight's been a chill night.
He was talking about you complaining about The
something
Last
right
of
now.
Us.
Let me tell you something. I ain't crying. I'm telling you the truth. I speak the damn gospel. Everything I've been
100%.
saying has been coming true. You know what I
100%.
mean? The only people that's crying is like VC because he hiding his damn hours of what he played. That's what crying is.
Bro.
That's how you cry.
Crying?
You know what
I
I
ain't
mean?
crying at
The
all.
only
I'm
people
the
that's
only one
crying is
here at the
OJ because
bottom. What are you talking
I still ain't seen him get out that damn seat and run to that bookcase so we can see how short his ass is. That's what's crying. is. That's what's
Me,
crying.
I'm
You know
6 foot. He's talking about you at the
It's
bookcase.
crying,
I'm
and
not-
crying is when
If
It's
I went
like
to the
Abaddon
bookcase,
won't-
I'd be
won't-
taller than it right now.
No.
If
Crying
anyone's
is
crying,
I
it
won't
is you,
accept
okay?
that damn Final Fantasy VII demo ain't better than Trials of Mana. That's what
It
crying
is better than
is.
Trials of Mana.
All right,
we can talk about that.
that's what crying
We can talk about that.
Well,
That's what crying is. So
We
don't
can talk about that.
John
You
Cena
lose. That's a match you won't win.
I'm
I
just
will
crying because y'all ain't still playing Astro Chain.
I've already played
Yeah,
Astro
Astro
Chain.
Chain, gang.
That hurts.
I've already played
I
it so
still
much.
play that game.
I put
Yeah,
60
it's still
hours
fun,
into that
though.
Me
game.
too.
I got 100 hours in Astro Chain.
Yeah,
That game is fun.
That game is.
I got
so-
60 hours.
That game. I gotta go. I want to go back and play it some more. Like that game.
Yo,
Oh my
yo,
God.
if you go back, you're gonna be rusty.
Yeah, I'm
just
gonna
let you
start
know
from-
that.
I'll start from the beginning.
It takes a while to get
I'll
back.
replay. That game's fun enough to replay. Like you can just replay that game. It's like Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Like you can
It's
replay
really fun.
Bayonetta, or you can play Bayonetta.
Yeah.
You can just
Or
play that.
like Final Fantasy VII remake where you just restart a chapter.
Yeah,
and do it again.
exactly.
Same way.
Exactly.
Same exact way.
Yo, OJ, I
What's up?
actually for the first time used FreeSync on my PC.
Did I?
Like I was not using FreeSync on my monitor this whole time. Life changing.
Oh, FreeSync is so much better.
That's that.
Like-
That's that Wii
Well-
U experience there, having having adjusted frames for every frame there, full frames.
Shout
Yeah.
shout
Like,
outs.
and my monitor could go up to 144 hertz. It's
Nice.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Yo.
I've got a 144 hertz LG gaming monitor, and it's fantastic.
That's exactly what I have.
Yeah, the colors and everything obviously aren't as good.
Yeah, the colors get really weird, but when
Yeah.
you switch to FreeSync, I mean, I thought it would matter because I have an NVIDIA graphics card, but people say, "Yo, nah, it doesn't really matter
A
too
four-
much."
a
I'm like,
4K, the 4K monitors obviously look a lot like the games look a lot better on there. But the
Yeah.
FreeSync monitor, like if you're playing Smash, or if you're playing like Astral Chain, or you're playing these like
Bruh.
reactionary games, like you kind of need that monitor.
So
you know?
why haven't consoles done that? Like you figured with Wii U starting that the other consoles would just say, yes, let's make that mandatory too, and just say, look, VSync will be part of the SDK instead of having to worry about copied frames and chopped frames every other. Only broken engines were doing that in like 2 or 3 Wii U games. All the rest of them, they were full frames every other frame.
I'm not gonna lie, I really am enjoying Trials of Mana though, but not more than Final Fantasy
But it ain't
Remake.
better than Final Fantasy VII Remake.
No.
Also, I want to give a shout outs to Sega Master with the subscription. Then also Chunky Fat Guy, once again, 10 gifted subs to just a bunch of people. Even Rogers Base got a gifted sub. So shout outs to Rogers Base, one of the homies from the YouTube/Twitch community. So shout outs to Rogers Base. Nicest guy, one of the nicest guys ever. Probably the nicest guy ever. I don't know anybody that dislikes him. Matthew Hammond also donated $1 and says this game is not going to get 90 plus. So he's talking about The Last of Us Part 2. So I think that's a good topic of discussion, I guess, to kind of end things out on before we get into maybe some questions. You guys, ratings. Where do you guys think this game is going to end up on?
All right, Last of Us Part 2, based off of what I've seen. So I can make a good judgment off this because you can pretty much put the story together. Based off the multiplayer missing, which you ain't going to have it at launch. We know this. Based on what the story does and what the story forces you to do for 50% of the later half of the game, I'm going 86 tops. That's what I'm going with.
I can see that.
I can
That's
see
actually
that
fair.
as well. Yeah. That's actually what I was thinking, 86, maybe an 87 at the most. Because there's going to be, of course, the few reviewers that are going to put it at a 90 or 100. Like, the Sony websites that are going to give it an easy 100 off the cuff.
So you said 86, Baron?
Yeah, 86. Ain't that
I'll go
almost
for
10
87.
points lower than the original, ain't it?
The original is like 90 something, like 90.
I thought it was 93.
Yeah, 90, mid 90s, right? The original?
Oh, I thought it was 95 or something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was.
95.
Hold on, let me double check.
Yeah, I was thinking 93. Could be wrong. Maybe it's 94.
Well, because there's The Last of Us and there's The Last of Us remastered, so.
Well, just go with the original.
Yeah, it's all the same anyway.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Actually, it's not. Okay, no, both of them are both 95s.
Oh,
Okay, 95. So
The Last of
almost
Us
10 points
remastered is
lower.
actually much better than The Last of Us, though, because The Last of Us remastered, they bump it up to 60 frames per second. They get lots of cool.
Oh,
things
just
in
stop it. That was the same.
that's not the
game.
gameplay. Like, come on.
Wait a minute, 60 frames per second doesn't affect gameplay?
Not for a game like that.
Not for that crap game. But anyway,
Yeah.
moving right along. Yeah,
What?
86, bro. Yeah, I'll be surprised if it gets higher than that. If it gets higher than that, there's some Death Stranding shit going on.
Oh, of course. That's
Based
what.
off-
That's what I
based off
expect.
what I saw, there is no way this game.
What
should
if the
deny it.
gameplay's really
No way.
good, though?
What gameplay?
Like, when you get to, like, chop somebody with, like, a hammer and you get to shoot somebody. What if the gunplay's good? There's shooting in the game, isn't there?
You didn't see the spoiler
The gunplay?
gameplay, did you, OJ?
I saw the official gameplay.
You did? So that
The official
gameplay looks
gameplay,
like it's
though,
going to
not the
carry a
spoiler,
90 rating for you.
Based off of how reviewers review games, yeah.
Red Dead Redemption has way more gameplay, like by far.
What you
Like,
said, based off of what we saw, you're trying to tell me that that's not a 90 game based off of the reviewers that we know?
Well, the
No,
reviews we
it's
know
not.
are simps. They're simps for their developers.
No. Let's just be real here. Based off of that E3 footage where Ellie's kissing the girl or in the ballroom, and then she goes into like where like Ellie's like she's like in like watching people get their like guts kind of torn out, and then she's like underneath the car, then she like shoots the
OJ.
person, and she
OJ.
goes into like just like the little stealth. Based off of that seems like a 90 rated game to me.
Oh no, OJ, the game has to be better than the original. From what we saw, it's not going to be better than the original, and we know the gameplay is not going to carry this game.
They gave
Especially when you strip the whole
they
mode
gave
out
Dead
of it.
Stranding a 9 out of 10. GameSpot gave it a 9 out of 10.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Well,
these,
I mean, the
they're
average
going to
is
give it a
still
9 out of
83
10.
It's still got an 83 average, so that's
Yeah,
By
but the
better,
fact
do
that
we
people,
mean-
the fact that people were giving it such high scores based off of that gameplay.
I think it's going to.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it's gonna
And
have
based
the
off of
same-
being
I think
on a
it's gonna have
Sony
the
platform
same
too.
dynamic. I think it's going to be.
And-
Some people are going to be so biased they'll say
on
it
top of
high
that,
and
hold
people
up.
will go low.
Look, Baron, they gave Death Stranding got an 83 with reviewers
know,
saying
bro. I
that
know.
I don't like the game. Saying I don't like
This
this
is
game.
not fun.
It's not fun. It doesn't play well. The gameplay is
What is
not
not fun?
good. You have people
But
that
he-
will
but here's
stand
the
for this
thing, but
game
here's
and the
the thing.
gameplay, and they know it's trash compared to Metal Gear. I had people defend the stealth. You're in an open
But here's the
field
thing, though.
with a little thing going like this, and people talking about this is great stealth, as if they've never heard of Metal Gear Solid with a little thing going like this, an open field, and talk about this is great stealth gameplay. And I read reviews that said the same thing. This is great stealth gameplay.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
I'll
here-
totally
that
play
got
Death
an
Stranding and
83.
scoop
When that
my
game- Death
feces
Stranding
and
is
throw it
more-
at stuff like grenades. Like that's where I
Okay,
was
but
just like,
that's-
Death Stranding is more like a 70, and that game got an 83, and that game's more a 70 in
OJ,
my
but that's-
opinion. It's inferior
but
in
that's the thing.
everything that I can
Gravity
think about.
Rush 2 is the
Open
better
world is
PS4
inferior.
game.
The gameplay is inferior to Metal Gear. Every single aspect of Death Stranding is inferior
we
to
know-
another
we
game
know
that
that. We
that
know
Kojima
that.
has
But-
done,
but I want-
and that game got an 83.
Listen,
I want you to know the difference, though. To know the difference is Death Stranding wasn't a sequel. Death Stranding wasn't supposed to carry the story of very popular, established characters.
Facts.
So there's not going to be the same dynamic, especially what happens.
No, but what I'm saying is that it's
all right. Now I feel like there's a contrast.
No, what I'm saying is that it's going to get points just for being The Last of Us.
We don't know that though.
That's how I feel. I agree.
What happened to
characters?
Just like Kojima
but if the casting and characters doesn't live up to what the first one did,
then it's going to be under. It's going to be 90. 5 points is big.
Nah,
even if it's better, that's not
lower than that, bro. We're going lower.
Okay, 88, 89?
87.
Nah, 86, bro.
Okay, 87 is still a really good score.
It is. It's a great score. It's still it's a good game.
All I know is that I'm gonna put it like this. All I know is that this Last of Us 2 Game of the Year thing could be put to bed.
Yeah, I've been saying that too. It's not being
like just like I put Death Stranding to bed early last year. You could put this one to bed.
If anything, it's gonna get nominated in a bunch of categories. And you'll see me make another video like what's wrong with The Last of Us 2, and I'm gonna do like a whole thing.
All I want to see though,
Barry,
was once this game gets nominated for so many things, all I want to see is a reaction, a Game Awards reaction from you that was anywhere near as good as the other one that you did.
I'm gonna put you like this. If they try to pull that, I will show up this year. I will show up again. From what we saw, it's not happening, and I don't want them to pull a control and try to snub somebody else. It's just not worth it. After that catastrophe,
that was horrible.
You know what I mean? So,
but what did you end up throwing in that room? Like, what did you throw at that?
I had this little. I forgot what it was. I don't know. I think it was like an action figure. Or something.
That was the. I swear I almost choked and died that day when I watched that the first time. That might have been the funniest thing I've ever seen. But all right. Well, I'm gonna go. I don't think we got Shadow Fox's thoughts. So Shadow Fox, where are you going? Give you some context. Final Fantasy VII Remake was an 88, so really good for Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I thought it was 86, 87 right now.
88.
Oh, it went up. Okay. It was 86 for a bit, or 87.
It was 87, then it notched up to an 88.
I will say this: I don't know how Trials of Mana don't have that same review score.
I could tell you why easily.
I don't understand it.
I could say it has nothing to do with graphics.
It's partly graphics.
It's definitely not graphics.
It shouldn't be graphics. It looks just like Dragon Quest 11
After the score Dragon Quest 11 got?
I would say it's definitely not graphics. One is the voice acting. The voice acting is abysmal.
The voice acting is not that bad. Like
I think just Charlotte's the only bad one. Just Charlotte.
No. How far are each of you guys in the game?
No, look, I'm
8 hours.
I'm 12 hours in. But listen, what I'm saying is this: like, it's the graphics,
Western bias too,
with the presentation, which is voice acting, which is the structure of the game. It's still old school structure. It's not modernizing certain things. And it's like kind of a little bit more of the flimsy feel of combat at times in terms of how the combat works in the game. Compared to
the story, yeah.
But that's by design, though.
Story. And so with all those things combined, the
story's not interesting.
The story's not bad to me.
The story's not.
I guess it depends on what character you choose. If you choose Kevin, that story isn't. That's not an interesting story to me. But
Kevin,
I went with Duran. I did Kevin in the demo, and I went with Duran this time because I was like, Kevin's story is not doing it for me, though.
Kevin,
I think the issue with Trials of Mana is that it depends on how you have your team crafted. Like, for example, I picked Hawkeye.
Great replayability.
And his character has good abilities, and his backstory isn't really as grandiose of an epidemic or problem like, let's say, Angela or Reese have issues in their storylines, but the way it goes together, it's my own experience with the game, and I think that's what people forget about sometimes with these kinds of games, where they give you so many options.
It's the thing about it, guys, is that in today's gaming, you've got to have a story, and you got to have the look with it if you want to get that higher review score, right? Trials of Mana is clearly a game that is more on the lower end in terms of budget, and in order to get those higher scores, with an RPG with story, because this game, you have 6 different characters and the story just isn't appealing to so many people. That's why the game's going to get the lower review scores. Final Fantasy, regardless of how you feel about the story, it grips you in a certain way, right? Because
so you're saying Final Fantasy 13 grips you. I thought you didn't like that game.
Final Fantasy 13?
Yeah.
The story, it does a better job of gripping you because of the graphics and everything that for reviewers' standpoint. yeah, it's more cohesive. The story in the game is stupid, but the way that it's told is a little bit better than what you say like a game like Trials of Mana. But the story is stupid in Final Fantasy 13. It's not a good story.
Here's the thing with Trials of Mana, and just being fair, like, and the reason I'm gonna put it to you this way because Trials of Mana is my favorite Super NES game. So before anyone thinks I'm hating and everything, let me see. I'm playing the game right. I got 36 hours in Trials of Mana. And I'll say right now, the story is very cliche and dated.
Yeah, that's it's like it's dated. Because it's the old story. It's the same story
it's
from
literally
before.
It's extremely dated. So it's very cliche. And literally you could have more fun skipping through the story, if I'm honest with you. You're not missing out much. The real fun part is in the actual battle system between the class changes, and that's fun. But playing this over the weekend after getting to Monday, I wanted just to play other games. It's like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I did not play anything else but that game.
That's funny because I hear people saying the opposite. When they play Trials of Mana, they continue to play.
Second Successor 3 had me from beginning.
Yeah, I've seen people praise the post game.
That is what my issue is.
I think it varies. There's definitely people that have played through all the way, and some people that have stopped. It just depends. I mean, personally, for me, Final Fantasy VII Remake had me. I wanted to just play that game no matter what, but that's because there's so much history behind it, and it's Final Fantasy VII. Trials of Mana is a game that, the history
it's
behind
like
it's its own thing,
and then it's like.
Well, at least
I can't say.
So that's all I care about, really.
Yeah,
both games are selling well. Both games selling well.
Square Enix is ecstatic right now, dude. Like
they're killing it.
They are ecstatic with the sales in Japan. This ensures that Mana series will continue. That 150,000 no digital. So with digital, you're probably looking at 200,000 in Japan by itself. That is phenomenal. That is absolutely amazing
for a game like that.
For a game like this, because you have to remember the Secret of Mana game that opened up way worse in Japan. The Secret of Mana remake, but that remake was that remake was not good. That was not a good remake.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it was a bad remake. The game's good, but it was a bad remake. Secret of Mana is a fantastic game, but it was a bad remake. That was a bad remake of the game. So I don't know. I think regardless of what you like, it doesn't matter. I think at the end of the day, we can all agree that Square Enix is on one right now, right? I think we can all agree that Square Enix is doing pretty good. Dragon
RPGs.
Now that they're using Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah, Dragon Quest was a banger last year. Dragon Quest 11S was a banger last year, and then
I seem to get that game.
This year we got Final Fantasy, and also that we got Bravely Default 2 as well.
Here's the thing. I want to talk about that. I tried to play the demo of Dragon Quest 11, and that voice acting irritated me more than Trials of Mana did. So I'm trying to figure out why people trying to say Trials of Mana voice acting is abysmal. But when I played that Dragon Quest 11, Charlotte is. I don't know why they wrote her like that. She sounds like a baby that's like 5 years old. It's fucking horrible.
It's disgustingly bad.
You kind of get that from the text though originally too.
Yeah, you get it from the text. So it's like
if you turn it to Japanese, it's much. I just turned it to Japanese and it kind of fixes.
Like in the original text,
but here's the thing, like Kevin. I don't know if y'all noticed, but it seems like Kevin had two different voice actors in the game because he sounds different at certain parts in the game.
I noticed that slightly, but Kevin, I'll say Kevin's story. You're right. Kevin's story's not the most interesting, but he's one of the most. He is a fun character to use. I will say that.
Yeah. Oh,
he has full strength.
He's the beast on the
strength.
Battlefield. I'm just mad that they gave him a whack ass story like that. It's like really about a puppy. Are we really doing this? Okay. Anyway.
Okay, I mean, John Wick. There was a lot about that with a puppy. So I mean,
it's just the way they presented it with Kevin.
Yeah. I can feel you. I feel you on that. I can see that.
All right. Well, we'll get some questions and then we'll wrap it up here. We'll keep it at 2 hours.
Let's make this quick. What question y'all got?
Well, we gotta look in the chat.
I'm trying to eat. I gotta eat. Hungry.
Oh,
I'm hungry too. I got some pizza. I'm nothing better than reheating some pizza.
Wawa.
Yo, Wawa is 5 minutes from my house. I love Wawa.
DoorDash.
Yo.
DoorDash some Wawa?
I don't have any. I'm not DoorDash.
I don't know why I thought he said Lala instead of Wawa.
I think I'm just gonna edit some videos.
OJ don't know what a Wawa is, so.
Yeah.
We don't have Wawa.
You're missing out. Missing out.
No, we don't have Wawa. What is it again?
It's basically a gas station that sells food.
It's no, I think it's a food place. That's a gas station. The food's that good.
No.
Food's pretty good. All right.
They have good quesadillas. That's the hidden gem. The quesadillas are fire. Gotta get the buffalo chicken quesadilla,
here's the
pepper jack
thing,
cheese. Oh, so good. Bacon if you want. It depends. I'm not crazy about the
TH3
bacon.
has a question for Baron. Are we witnessing the demise of Naughty Dog?
Yes, we are.
This is the demise.
I think you are. I think
nail in the coffin.
I don't know if it's a nail in the coffin, but it reminds me of how another certain company rapidly fell from grace in the name of Rare. So, yeah, it's kind of looking like that right now. I don't know how you recover.
Changed owners though.
Yeah, they changed owners, but the people was already leaving before then. Some of the people was leaving before then. So Nintendo got rid of them before it got real ugly. that's the point. So
they were purchased.
Silicon Knights.
Well, sold, whatever you want to call, purchased, whatever. Purchased. But they willingly did not want to keep them, obviously. So, yeah, man, it's it's crazy. How many people came in and out of that studio over the last 2 years?
Or Naughty Dog?
No, Naughty Dog. You know what I mean? Didn't they have like some directors and lead writers and some stuff like that?
They've had some turnover.
Yeah, it's like the turnover rate is like almost 95% or some shit. Like, what's going on? Like, it's like, man, come on, bro. Well, I don't know, man. All I know is that whatever they do after the disappointment of us too, it better be good.
Here's another question, because maybe some of you guys could answer this. Patrick Courtney says, I'll answer because I'm a Jordan fan. He says, would the Rockets won their championship if Jordan didn't play baseball? I think the Rockets would have won one less championship. So they would have had one instead of two if Jordan didn't go play baseball. That's my thought.
I guess we can agree with that.
Yeah. I think the Rockets would have got him once, but Jordan definitely would have won 7 titles. I think he would have won 7 if he didn't go play baseball, because he was rusty when he came back. They lost to the Magic before they went on that second three-peat. But if he didn't stop after that 93 season, that was one of the most impressive finals. I mean, like Jordan averaged.
It was incredible
against the Phoenix Suns. Like Jordan
he went off.
Their squad was that would never happen again.
You couldn't guard him. So if Jordan didn't leave, they probably would have won that next one that next year. And then maybe they would have lost maybe the Rockets get hungry, they would have lost the next one, But there's no way Jordan doesn't win 4 in a row, in my opinion. After that 93 finals where he torched the Suns for like 40 a game or something like that, something crazy. Like, he was torching them assists. Oh man, bro, like it was too good. But anyway, I was watching. I watched every single finals game Jordan's ever played. I've seen every single one. Wait
a minute, you watched it?
I watched every single finals game Jordan's ever played.
Well, I don't think he was part of that group. But one thing that documentary did,
I was. Trust me.
One thing that the Last Dance documentary did is finally put these idiots on game that the GOAT title is only between 2 players, and none of them is named LeBron.
Thank you.
LeBron
definitely what that thing did.
LeBron's not part. LeBron. I mean, as much as I love LeBron, he's not. He's not
in the same kind of conversation.
He's in the conversation, but he's not seriously in the conversation.
When people were saying it about Kobe, the whole thing for me was like, even if you look at all the talent that he had, if you put him in that time, he has a problem.
I don't. You know what the funny thing is? Kobe. The problem with Kobe is just a worse version of Jordan. I love Kobe, by the way.
That's a bad way of saying it.
But no, he's like the ultimate version. He's a notch down of Jordan. He's a little bit of a notch down.
I just think he could have played in that same time and still did what he did.
He could have.
LeBron, absolutely not.
The problem is the problem. Here's the problem though. So he's got five championships, right? And by the way, I love Kobe. I'm in this area, Los Angeles, so I love Kobe. 5 championships. 2 finals MVPs. That's the problem. When you're talking about the greatest of all time.
You think Kobe could have played against the 89, 90 Pistons?
6 finals, 6 finals MVPs.
Okay, but that's
Defensive
cool.
players of the
Okay,
year,
hold on, wait,
leading
hold
the
on, wait.
league
You
in
gotta-
steals,
you
10
gotta-
scoring
okay,
titles. Jordan
Hey.
is Jordan's Jordan.
Hey, hold up. This is why Kobe could be in that conversation because his stats, his numbers are impressive. They are very comparable to Jordan's, but you gotta understand back then it was almost like it was
Everybody was tough.
teams were not built the same way back then the way they was when Kobe started.
Jordan,
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Jordan
Like,
would score.
Jordan literally carried that.
Jordan
team
would
over
score
in the back.
50 a game in today's NBA. 40 to 50
You know
a game
what I
in
mean?
today's NBA.
And the thing is, we seen Kobe carry teams before.
And the thing
let's
is-
not forget the 81 point. Let's not forget how
Yeah,
he carried
but
that
how
team
good
to the
he
championship.
needed.
I don't think he would
Like,
do that
come
against
on,
a tough
bro.
defensive
Let's
team,
not-
though.
But no, he wouldn't do that against a tough defensive team. And look, like I said, I love Kobe. I think Kobe's great, but he's a notch down from Jordan. I would actually put, if you're going to talk about best of all time player, I mean, you kind of have to. I mean, you got to kind of go like Kareem. Why isn't Kareem in that discussion more? I think Kareem
And
should
people
definitely
do
be in
get
that
mad
discussion
when
more.
Bill Russell and Kareem ain't.
I
in
wouldn't
it.
put Bill. I think Kareem is a much better basketball player than Bill Russell. I think Bill Russell played in an era where 6'9" went a long way at that time, and Kareem, played in an era with.
But you could
more-
say that about almost. You could make a similar argument about everybody else era. You know what I mean?
Not-
like
not
everybody
Kareem's
else
era.
era. Everybody else
Bird
era
was
was
6'9"
lacking
as a small
something.
forward.
Not defensively,
Hold
though.
up, no, I'm not talking about 6'9". I'm saying everybody else era was lacking something
But
that
that era
the
was
other era
lacking
didn't
a lot.
have.
That
You
era
know
was
what I
lacking
mean?
a
So-
lot, no. That
But
era was lacking a
that-
lot. But
That
anyway,
man
that's
has double-digit championships.
89 and
so it's
94?
like a-
You had
It's,
defense and offense in those years.
in the '80s. It was rough.
People were brawling.
Yeah,
Legit brawling.
the 76ers and the Barkley back with the 76ers with Jay and Bark. Oh, dude, it was.
They putting hands on you.
Yeah, it was not easy.
And the refs are not blowing the whistle.
Yeah, it was not easy. When Larry Bird was the fact that that Larry Bird was one of the toughest guys on the court, you think, oh, that guy's not tough. He'll rip your head off. But anyway, I think that's enough basketball stuff. Let's see
you got
here.
football on the brain.
I don't want the season to be canceled. Thoughts on the Wonderful 101, and I'm confused with the physical because Amazon is releasing it May 19th still. I think that's going to be delayed. So they're going to give you a Steam code on May 7th.
I just wanted that game to come out and sell really well.
Matthew Hammond says, VC, is Baron going to get too big on AEW to come on the podcast and tell the truth? Is Baron?
Tell the truth about what?
He's thinking that you're going to get too big and you're not going to want to come on the podcast with us anymore because you're going to
Here's the thing.
superstar.
If that happens, obviously I'm going to be more busy. So obviously it'll be less opportunity for me to do it. It's just common sense, people.
I was going to ask you that about New Georgia, too, if you were still
it's
willing to
like-
do that.
You said what?
The New South. I know they obviously ain't doing nothing now, but
Yeah, so it's like with anything. Once you get tied up with that much commitment on that big of a stage, obviously a lot of things have to trickle off at the bottom end. It's not that you want to do that. It's just that's just part of the beast.
you
of
only got so
nature.
much time.
So essentially, if whenever Baron would have some time, if he wanted to stop by, then maybe he
Yeah,
could stop
it's
by.
like time.
That doesn't mean. Oh, don't get me twisted. I don't mean I'm never gonna be talking about gaming. I'm still talk about gaming on my Twitter, all that other stuff. That's this hypothetical here because ain't nothing happened yet. So
Yeah.
this is all hypothetical. You know what I
The
mean?
Omega still games.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? I got my Fire Emblem inspired gear about to be coming in, so I'm gonna shock y'all with that shit, and it's gonna be dope.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. So yeah, just basically, like I said, this podcast, it's not like everybody has to. It's just whenever they have the opportunity, they can come on. So when he has the opportunity, he can come on. If not, that's fine. If there's some time, he'll make some time. Even if he gets big, huge, and all that stuff, he'll make some. At some point, he'll make
I
some.
made
time.
some time today.
Yeah, he made some time today, and he's not even at home normally. So he'll make some time to hop on, even if it's just for a bit or part of the show. He'll make some time.
Listen,
I've known Baron for a long time.
Listen, I'll put it this way. All they need to do is announce Death Stranding 2. Best believe Baron will be there.
Yeah, I don't know if that one.
Oh man.
I was just saying, it's like you see Death Stranding 2 is like Baron's going to have a lot to say about it, and we're going to be here for it.
All right, I'm
So I
out,
said,
man.
all right,
I'm about to go. Y'all need to block Alonzo, or I'm never coming back.
Alonzo Vines.
Block him.
What did he say?
Block him right now.
He said we need to get Barrett in some Animal Crossing gear to wear the ring.
Do it.
Some Animal Crossing, dude. That would be hype. You might, dude. That would be hype. That would be
Block
hype.
him. You need to block him for a whole week.
Nope, I'm actually gonna. He's already a mod. I was about ready to promote him again. I can do a super mod. I was about ready to get promoted, baby.
You can come down the aisle to KK Cruising.
Oh my
You can
God.
have that.
Lord have mercy, man.
Nice. Sounds good. All right, so Baron, thanks for coming out. Let people know where they can find you.
Find me on my Twitter. That's where you find me at, most likely, because my Twitter be lit. You know what I mean? My official pro wrestling tee store opening tomorrow, so y'all might want to check that out.
I'm definitely gonna cop something. You gonna put
a
a link
lot
on
of
Twitter?
gaming inspired. It'll be on Twitter. A lot of gaming inspired designs.
I'm 1,000% gonna cop some merch, my man. 1,000,000%.
It's gonna be 4 right now, but it's gonna be.
I don't care what it is. I'm copping it. I'm definitely copping it.
Gonna be some good ones. So
yeah. I'll share the link too on Twitter.
Yeah, I'll put it out tomorrow.
Yeah,
because I still have to set up the store.
See it on my feed.
Y'all check that out.
Yeah,
and y'all just keep doing what y'all been doing. You know what I mean? Y'all just keep showing support. Keep making your voice heard. Trust me, when y'all tweet these people, they see it, and it matters.
Oh, absolutely,
a lot.
Absolutely. I think your promo that you cut
definitely matters.
That got the attention. That promo that you cut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you tweet till your heart is content, no matter how many times
people will see it. People will see it.
I'm definitely. I followed all those guys, those AEW guys, so I'm definitely gonna be tweeting out. But good stuff, Baron. Thanks for coming through. Let's go and we'll wrap it up here too. VC, where can they find you at?
You can find me at youtube.com/VCIPZ, but the link I'm putting in the chat right now is actually for my Final Fantasy VII Remake review. I would like if you all check that out. I spent time playing that on normal mode and hard mode, and it took me over a week and a half to edit. I know, OJ, you're like, how do you spend that long to edit it? But I just really took my time on this one because I was learning the green screen, chroma key, all that stuff. So I would like for you guys to check that out, and I'm about to hit 1,100 subscribers. I'm 3 subs away. We got 300 people here. If y'all want to check my channel out for gameplay, live streams, and more, I would appreciate that. And music as well. I make a lot of music too.
Sounds good. Definitely check it out.
And thank you once again for having me be on the P podcast as always. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, VC, for coming on every.
And one last thing before I go. You know what I mean? I just got to say this. Animal Crossing sucks ass. I'm out.
Oh my God.
Peace.
Hey, dude, did you guys see how much Animal Crossing sold? It's the best-selling game in Japan.
I know, 5 million digital worldwide, right?
No, even physical sales is almost 4 million physical sales.
It's crazy.
That's
in Japan.
I'm telling you, it's the big hitter for the Switch this year.
Sales.
Yeah,
sales-wise.
Big hitter. That's what big hitters are. Sales.
Well, are they?
I consider them.
Because Fire Emblem, to me, that's a big hitter, and that's not sales as much.
That's a high quality game, not a big hitter.
It's a big hitter in terms of quality, though. People want quality and sales. People want both.
I think Awakening was both.
I mean, and if that's the case, 2Ks and Call of Duty are big hitters every year.
Yes, they are.
Apparently,
that's why people buy them. That's why people buy them, Abaddon. That's why we say the Call of Duties, the Maddens, the this and that. They're that big.
Evergreen.
Sell all the time. Yep.
All right, Shadow Fox, where can they find you at, my man?
You can find me at the link on YouTube, and you can find me Crushing Souls on Twitter here and there.
Hurting people's feelings.
Brian Altano will be who he is, man. It is what it is. I just played half of his game the other day, so whatever.
I like Brian.
I'll appreciate what he does.
Cool. He's a dope guy.
Tell him when he's being full of himself. So anyway, do you play games to have fun to impress other people?
All right. And not Shadow Fox, Abaddon. What can I find?
What's up? You guys can find me on youtube.com/Abaddon Smith or Beats for Breakfast. This week I came out with 2 new beat videos. Gonna have 2 more next week, and I'm just gonna start doing more music. I'm gonna start doing the breakdowns again. So Yes, I'm officially not just saying I'm back doing edited content on the main channel, but I'm back for real. Also on Beats for Breakfast tomorrow, we have Miss Click on. But for those of you who have not seen the episode, link in the description, link in the chat. That's the interview OJ and I did together. So if you have not watched that video yet, go ahead and watch that video. It was a fantastic interview.
I watched it for a second time today.
Thank you guys for having me on, as always.
No problem. No problem. Thank you. Thanks for everybody who came out. I appreciate the basketball stuff. Got people arguing in the chat.
Yeah, people were going wild. But Shaq is one of my favorites.
Hold on. Real quick before we go. This man, TH3 says, and I see Kobe as the GOAT. Explain. Listen. Whew. How is Kobe better than? In what area is Kobe better than Jordan? That's what I want.
All right. What sounds better, Jordan or Kobe?
They both
obviously
sound great.
It's Kobe.
They both sound great.
They both sound great.
One's gonna last till I'm 90 years old, and my family's gonna be doing. People are only gonna remember Jordans just because that's the shoes that they're wearing every day.
What do you? He won 6 titles with 6 finals MVPs.
I'm kind of just screwing around. Obviously, I'm stirring the pot.
I grew up with Kobe. Nostalgia blinders. Then you need to start being more realistic because I don't like that nostalgia.
How about TH3? You get your nostalgia blinders off and get that Banjo-Kazooie profile picture.
Look, I didn't grow up. with
TH3.
Listen, I didn't really grow up with Bird as much because Bird started dropping off in like the 90s. You know. And his, so I didn't. I grew up with him a bit, but I can still realize that he's as great as he is. I didn't grow up with Bill Russell, but I still put Bill Russell in my top 10, whereas a lot of youngins don't put Bill Russell up there. So you got to know your history, man. You can't just be having nostalgia blinders for who you grew up with, because the problem is this: 6 Finals MVPs to 2 Finals MVPs. That's the problem.
I mean, if you look at, The Last Dance just answered all kind of questions.
The Last Dance just.
Everyone's saying everyone says we babied Jordan's career. I'm like, and everyone who says that, I'm like, yo, how old are you? No offense, VC.
I don't care.
Nobody else.
I'm just stirring the pot. I'm just having fun.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, Jordan. Even when I was watching him back in the day. Jordan was
the game was different back then.
Matthew Hammond just said so. He did not grow up with Bird,
to Chicago because of him.
No, I didn't grow up watching Bird like that. No, I didn't get into basketball. I'm 46, but I didn't get into basketball until later. That's what I'm saying. I didn't grow up with Bird like that, but I started watching a little bit more. So yeah, Robert Horry, he coasted his way to 7 titles. No, nah, he's a role player. Robert Horry's a role player. He's not a main guy. So
people gotta pass the ball.
He's not a main guy. It's like Steve Kerr got like what, 5 titles, 4 or 5 titles. So
yeah,
I mean
Tony Kukoc
Tony Kukoc. I mean, they're role players. Role players are role players. But yeah, Robert Horry,
somebody mentioned Derek Fisher, but that's a whole another story.
Yeah, Derek Fisher, role player, very good role player. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Not the main line here. Talking about GOAT. It's definitely the GOAT conversation. It starts and it stops.
So when are we getting that? When are you getting that $500 super chat, OJ?
The GOAT's not here, so I'm not worried about.
Well, you mentioned it. So.
Yeah, he's not here. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate that, and we will see you guys tomorrow. I got a video at 6 a.m. So watch the video. All right, guys. Bye.
Later.
Peace, y'all.
Kobe is awesome.
Kobe.
Jordan.
I think that was one of the best episodes yet, personally.
Jordan